Alright, hello everybody, how's it going? Happy Thursday. I forgot what day it was for a second. Hope y'all are doing well. We're gonna play a little bit more Inscryption today. It's probably gonna be another short stream, but I am trying to stream a little more often here, work permitting. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I checked this out yesterday, Inscryption, that being the case. I had a lot of fun. This game is pretty cool so far. Definitely challenging. I'd say the only criticism I have, and like some of this could be kind of mitigated too, so it's not like a big deal. I do feel like there's a few mechanics in the game that aren't really explained super well without having to like delve into the rule book, which again is right there, so again that's what I'm saying, like it could be mitigated. Otherwise, like there are certain things that sometimes are told to you like in the middle of a card battle or something like that, sometimes a boss, but it's with the dialogue sometimes just goes by really quickly and you just don't notice it. And I don't know if like this dialogue text speed affects that when it's coming from like a card or not, but I think I will slow it down one maybe. But I don't know if that affects just how quickly it's being typed out like it shows here, or if it affects like how quickly it like moves on to the next bit of speech. That's my only thing. Anyway, I think I'll just leave it. Let's go in, let's continue. Last time we beat the first two maps, two bosses. I guess we had just finished. It's showing us like on that map still for some reason, but yeah, we beat the prospector and then the angler, who the angler was definitely tough, but thankfully we managed to do it first try, like barely. Got kind of lucky, I think. Alright, you considered one of the angler's catches a meal, but the rank odor deterred you. Dinner would have to wait. On to the next map. Let me see. Okay, so let's see, we've got some options. A frigid gust of wind billowed unwelcome into your lungs. The beauty of the falling snow failed to distract you from the chill in your bones. You had to ascend to the snow line. Alright, so we learned last time that this cave here is like a little RNG challenge that apparently is usually stacked against you, but if you succeed you get like a creature card from this cave. Hey Anna, how's it going? Good to see you, hope you're doing well. The fire empowers a card, or potentially multiple cards, but you know, you run the risk of losing a card if you keep doing more than one, I guess. This is just gain a new card. This is gain new items. I think we still have some items. I kind of want to go left path, although I wouldn't mind getting some more items. Maybe we'll just do that up here, though, so that we can try this cave thing again. Alright, let's see. The Trial of Power. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 4 attack power combined to pass. 4 combined blood, or 5 combined bones. Hey, Rourke, how's it going? Still making lunch? Saw you go live. Want to say hi? I appreciate it. Welcome in. Hello to you as well. Hope you enjoy your lunch. Going alright, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Again, it'll probably be kind of a short stream today because I still am very busy with work, but we'll try to go for a little bit here at least. Hey Ashbolt, feed me. I really want to play this game, so I'm going to try to go in unspoiled, but I hope you have a wonderful time. I appreciate that, thank you. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. I've enjoyed it quite a bit so far. It's been really fun. It's challenging, I'll say that much. But yeah, it's really cool. Hold on one second. Fix that. There we go. Alright, so we have, I don't know if we can draw squirrels as a possibility for this, or if it's just from your pulling cards from your normal deck. If it can draw squirrels, that's bad if we try to go for this because they have 0 attack power. I think we have a couple of other cards in our deck. We definitely do that have 0 attack power, but this one is at least potentially likely. So is the 4 blood. I mean, all of these are possible. Hey, Nightmare. Biggest deck is 2. Last time we went for blood, and we got 3 blood from 1 card, which was like, oh, super lucky. But then we got 2 bone cards of the 3 that we got to pull, so I actually would have succeeded if we had chosen bones. But there's no way to know. It's a gamble no matter what you choose. It does help to think about what's in your deck, I think, because if you know that you don't have many, like, bone cards, for example, at the time that you run into one of these, then it might not, statistically, you're less likely to win one of these. But the point is, I don't know that it really matters what I choose. Shadok was saying that he's never won one of these, and seemed to think that the odds are kind of stacked against you. So, yeah, like, we could pull 3 cards and they might all have attack power, like there might be no zeros, but if they all each only have 1, then we're not going to make it. But I kind of want to try this one. 4 blood is not unlikely, but again, same thing. I think this is the most consistent thing in our deck right now, but again, there's no guarantee. I think it's still what I'm going to try, though. Let the trial of power begin. We did it. 0 from the worker ant. That's important because these guys do actually have attack power, but it only counts as each represented ant. So this is technically 0 until you put it into play, and then it counts as 1 for itself. And then every other ant that you have on the board adds to its attack power. But we still managed to get a 2 and a 3, so we actually succeeded. We would have actually succeeded with blood, too, if we had gotten the same 3 cards, but I'm glad that either way that we did. You have passed the trial. So we can pick up an empowered card. What is this ability? I've seen it. Sharp Quills. Once the card bearing the sigil is struck, the striker is then dealt a single damage point. Okay, so there's some cards actually can trade damage. I think we're picking up new cards because at first for a second I thought I was just empowering cards I already had, but I don't have a 1/6 River Snapper. I think I still have a River Snapper, but it's a 2/6 now. And I don't even have a Porcupine, but I do have a Moose Buck. A Flying Moose Buck could be really good, but it's even 3 blood cost cards are just so hard to play. This thing gets the ant sigil, which means it and anything else with the ant sigil, like generally just ants, would get more powerful if there's other ants available. I think I'm gonna go Porcupine though. I think it's the most powerful thing we have in this group. Not in pure damage, but the trade ability is nice. But more importantly, because it has Stinky on top of that and a relatively cheap cost, this can be good against a number of things. Because Stinky lowers the opponent card across from it by 1, lowers their power. I'm gonna go with Porcupine. Flying Moose is the most dangerous creature conceived. That would be a fucking nightmare. Like, moose are fucking dangerous, man. Or they can be. Alright. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its health, said a hungry survivor. I wouldn't mind making the Stoat stronger, since he so often comes out. Stronger Porcupine might be a good one, just because of that stanky card. We already made our Stink Bug stronger once. I kind of also like the idea of making the Strange Larva stronger, like healthier, Not necessarily more power per se, but just giving it a little bit of extra survivability wouldn't hurt. However, I think I want to go with the Stoat because he comes out super often and I like the idea of empowering our story cards. Fire warmed the weary Stoat and enhanced its health. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your Stoat in tow, you retreated into the woods. Apparently later on, I don't know if it's like subsequent runs or whatever, but when you start running into fires later, apparently you can try to empower more than one animal or something like that at a fire, and the more you do it, that's when they start having chances for the people around the fire to try to eat the animal. But the first time is always safe, I guess. Alright, we got a battle. I'm gonna mash some potatoes, it sounds good. It's been a while since I've had any mashed potatoes, actually, now that I think about it. It's a very wintertime thing for me. Like, we roast stuff a lot in the winter, and like, particularly chicken. We have like a really big roasting pan. So normally, as long as they're not huge chickens, we'll usually get like a couple and roast them together in said roaster in the oven, and then with that, you know, have like a nice meal of like roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, vegetables, gravy, whatever. And then with the leftover chicken, because we're not going to eat like 2 whole chickens unless there's a ton of people over or something, we use that to make, well, just other chicken-based things. Sometimes with the winter, it's often like we'll use the carcasses specifically to make chicken stock, and then potentially we'll make chicken soup of some sort, but oftentimes, like, I use chicken stock in a number of recipes, so sometimes I'll just make a lot of chicken stock and then just freeze it to use in other cooking. But yeah, it just depends. Alright, let's see. I don't know why, for some reason my brain read this as Le Fawn at first. So the elk fawns all have the what's it called? Fledgling. The fledgling ability, which means that after a turn they'll become fully grown adults. Get out of here, spider. Movie butt. But they also have like the shifting thing, so we have our squirrel. We can put our Stoat out, which would, if we put it out immediately, whatever we put out is just going to get hit. So sometimes it's kind of like better to wait, but the thing is, like, we want to block damage too, so that's like more important. I think we play a squirrel. We could always just block with the squirrel instead, but I'd rather just have a little economy out there. We'll do 2 damage if we do the Stoat, which is our only play really, so, and we can just block. Bad play. Shut up, Stoat. You don't know what you're talking about. 2 damage. We'll block 1. We'll get hit for 2, which is just a trade. Oh, interesting. I should have been paying attention to that, I guess. I didn't realize. I guess it's always left to right first, so I kind of thought all 3 would just end up shifting to the right and we'd end up killing the middle one, but because it goes left first, if there's something in its way, it blocks it and tries going the other way. Same for this one, and then this one had nothing in the way, so it went that way. So now I'm not blocking any of them, which sucks, but that's okay. What do we have in the way of items? We have this. We have a bone huggy bank. We could block with a squirrel. Man, we don't have a lot of options. We once again did not get great draw. I think we have to take a squirrel and just hold on to it, because we don't have any bone cards. And then we get a squirrel next round. We summon like either maybe the Rat King, just because, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what the elks do in terms of damage and shit. The Ant Queen summons an extra ant for us into our hand, so we're gonna hit for 2 and then immediately take 3. No, we're gonna take fucking 6 apparently. That's terrible. Ow. Okay, that's fucked. Can we salvage this? This went really poorly very fast. There wasn't really much we could do, because it's just the luck of the cards, really. He can't kill the elk right away. He also won't get killed right away, which is good, but we're currently being dealt 4 damage and would be on lethal for even 1. We have to prevent... We can easily prevent 2 of it with the Ant Queen here, and then I think... It's still not going to get us there. I think we have to just block with squirrels, as much as I hate it. But that's also going to pretty much leave us in the same condition. So we wouldn't win that way either. Let me think about this for a second. Because the thing is, like, Ant Queen will block... If we put her here or here, she would block 2 damage. Because she's not going to get a kill, unfortunately. Yeah, which would basically make it so that we would be only taking 2 damage, but that's still more than enough to kill us. Man, if only I had an extra squirrel card or something. Our only alternatives to that, because, you know, we'll hit them for 2 and 1 approximately each, and then that would be like okay, but it's not going to remove them or anything. We would not be hitting you. So our alternatives are that we draw another squirrel, we play a squirrel there, we play a squirrel there, and we don't summon anything this turn. In which case, we extend for like a round, and maybe we get lucky and draw a bone card, but if we otherwise don't and try to go with like squirrels, we're kind of screwed, because we'll only be down to 1 squirrel and we won't be able to summon anything. So we'd be kind of effed either way. And then alternatively, the only other thing we can do, aside from that, is to summon the Ant Queen and put her here instead, and do 1 damage, but that's still only going to be 1 damage, which will still be overkill. So I think the squirrel is our only play. Squirrel blocking. Man, I really want to summon something, though. I guess the technical other alternative would be that we use our flying token thing, the fan. We still summon the Ant Queen, or maybe actually even the Rat King, just for 2 damage instead of 1. If we did that, we would do 4, which would keep us from dying, but then we're still in a bad position. That might be like the play. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like that's what I have to do, though. If I did the Ant Queen instead of the Rat King and we did flying, we would hit for 3, which would still leave us on lethal. As much as it would give it, I'd like to have that ant for next time. I think we'd play the Rat King and do flying. Squirrels block, but they still don't get us there. And I can't like assume that next turn's gonna work anyway. Either way, this is probably not gonna work. And we're probably going to just lose regardless. But, you know, it might be a waste of an item. But we'll try this rather than just like sitting here thinking about it. And we have 3 bone tokens for the moment. You get hit for 4. We get hit for 4. We live momentarily. Now we do have 2 blockers, but they're both gonna die. If we have some way of potentially preventing this 2 damage, we would still live. Our only option at this point, I think, is literally to pull a regular card. Maybe. I mean, technically we could summon a squirrel here, and we would still live this round. That might be better than just pulling whatever we pull from here, because it's very likely still going to be something that isn't bones. I mean, it could be. I guess we stall just to see if we hopefully get something that's like a bone card next, and then we just have at least 4 bones to summon something with, so that we don't have to break this, but, you know, it's probably not going to matter. We have a lot more than 4, actually. Okay, only option, draw. We failed. There was really no way out of this aside from just hoping that we drew something better. Yep, okay. Honestly, we kind of got screwed. I mean, I don't know that I had any way out of that match. We just got really bad draw. We really seem to get bad draw every time lately. Like, the game really wants to give me, like, cards that are too expensive at the beginning, and then I just have to stall. And then I either get really lucky and am able to succeed still, or I just fail. I mean, once we hit the boss, we only have 1 life anyway, so if I can survive till then, it's fine, but it's a matter of surviving till then. We're gonna go this way because we need items. Doesn't mean we'll have to fight a mini-boss, though. I'm sure we'll die again. These things happen. A raven could be good. Conniving raven, a blight upon the skies. Sparrow, cheaper version, not as strong, but useful. Elk. If it was the elk fawn like we had before, or that we just fought, like, I would actually consider taking that, but I don't know if I want just a regular elk. I'm more into these 1-cost cards because they're much easier to get into play. Anything that's even 2, like, just immediately becomes difficult, because you can't, if you could draw a card on your first turn, it wouldn't be so bad, but because of the fact that you can only play what's in your hand, you normally start with a squirrel, but you're always just like stalling or something on the first round. Unless you get something really good immediately, which is rare. I think I'll take the sparrow. I do think that, you know, we shouldn't, like, over-invest in cheap cards, because I think eventually it's gonna matter, but... Free squirrel. That pitiful opossum. So it's just a blocker. I was wondering if, like, hold on. There is something about the freeze token. When a card bearing the sigil perishes, the creature inside is released in its place. I don't remember what the opossum does. Hey, Ken, how's it going? Good to see you. I mean, we could take it. It's apparently free to play. I'll give it a shot. We know that the regular opossum is, like, it's normally a bone summon of 2 bones, and it's a 1/1. But I could maybe make that work. Alright, let's see if we can not die. Disappointing. Oh, please, RNG is just cruel. The RNG has not been the kindest to us in a lot of these fights, that's for sure. Man, these elk fawns suck, dude. The snowy fur here sucks because it's on their side. So it means we don't have to worry about anything in this space, but it blocks anything we would try to fight here because we can't even fly over it. I like the idea of putting the pack rat down if we get the chance. Let's see. These are all skink or lose tail ones, which is going to be weird. I wonder if I'm assuming they keep it even if they turn into adults. So we could play... Okay, what do we want to do? The sparrow would, even if we put it down now, it'll block 1 attack and then it should kill the fawn, I think, on its turn. No, it won't, because it'll fly over. It's flying. I still think that's like our only option right now. We don't really have anything else unless we want to use our opossum, but I'd kind of like to save it, maybe. Start doing some damage, I guess. And as soon as we get another bone, we can summon that out as well. Okay, let's see. If we pick up a squirrel, we could also pick up, we could just immediately use this, as much as I don't like spending it, to summon our pack rat immediately. We would get we would get 1 kill. We could immediately summon the opossum as well and get 2 kills. This thing is just going to be stuck there for now. I think that's what I'm going to do. You're going there. You're going there. We will kill them, or should at least. It might leave their tails in place. I hope the tails don't somehow do damage. The sparrow will still get a hit, so we're at least evened up this turn. Okay, kind of knew that was going to happen. Rat King requires 2. You're gonna hit it for 2, and then in turn maybe give us some cards. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if we have to kill it or how that works, but alternatively we could sacrifice it now for the Rat King, but I don't really like that idea. I think I do need to like start getting a little bit more into the meta of sacrificing our own cards to fuel other cards though, because I think too much of the time we're just living off of squirrels and it's too slow. But the problem is, like, when do you sacrifice your own cards? Because that's really what gets difficult. So, let's see. In our current condition, we'd block, maybe get cards. Or he'll get cards. I don't know how this works. You're going to block but then die. Yeah, so we'll just take 1 damage this turn. But I still don't like where this is going. I could also... When did I get scissors? Maybe I had them already? I don't remember having scissors. Oh. Wait. Why did you get to move before your turn? Is it everybody's turn? I thought it was just his turn that they get to shift. Apparently not. Okay, that's lucky. If I put you here, you're not gonna be able to move into place because this should get moved down, I think. I don't know, maybe it will move immediately. It's confusing. I wanted to kill the pack rat, but now it's being weird. We might have to just sacrifice it for the Rat King and then just play the Rat King instead, if it's gonna keep being weird about it. Maybe we just play the opossum here just to keep that from being an issue. I don't know, I wanted to save it though. We could also just cut up his card or something. I don't know, just give me this. Did not give us cards. So either the satchel cards on our side just cannot give us cards, or we specifically have to sacrifice them because that's the only way we get the kill on it. I guess. I don't know. It's odd. I still don't know. I don't really have much that can do a lot here. I should have probably done this differently. See, again, the last time it moved over here, which seemed to prevent this from moving down, so because it like moved first. So I put this here thinking it would block for that, but then this time it didn't do that. I don't know, that would seem strange. Okay, we hit for 1, we take 2. That's gonna morph into an elk. We can pull a squirrel and start preparing for the Rat King on the next turn, or we just draw something else, but I don't think we're gonna get lucky with any bone cards because we only have 2. So I think we just get hit for 2 here, or really just 1, but for now. This is definitely the issue with the cheap card meta, is that you just don't do enough damage. Okay, we can at least kill this elk finally. I'm a little concerned about this thing up here though. We will recover our 1 damage. Everything will get blocked this turn. I'm worried, well, maybe not, because this is going to hit that square, which is empty, so we're going to get hit for 1. At least 1 elk is dead. Oh no, we won't because of the stink. Oh right, we get the free possum. Okay, that's very helpful. Alright, you're going to get hit for 4, then you're going to kill the Rat King and give us 4 bones. Please be a bone card. It's not. Alright, the bullfrog can be useful at some point. Let's see. You're basically just fucked for 3 turns, but you are blocking for 3. And still hit for 1 this turn. Let's just go. Right, see, that time it moved first. I guess because it... Okay, so it didn't move first. I'm understanding better now. It didn't move first. Hold on. It didn't move first. It's reacting to the hit, which causes it to move and break off the tail, since they have the broken tail thing or whatever it's called. So that forced it to move first. That's why. And then the tail gets damaged instead. Well, you're just gonna kill the Rat King without taking damage, which sucks, but we can play the bullfrog. Do a point of damage. I mean, that would be something at least. We could just cut up the card. I'm trying to like save shit if I can though. Thankfully, this snowy fur is at least preventing you from doing anything. That's a shitty card to pull. Okay, this is gonna die. You're gonna get hit for 1, but then not die, and then you'll kill our bullfrog, which is okay. We're at least like in a okay position. Why just... They never want to give me bone cards when I actually have bones. That's the problem. I don't have as many bone cards as blood cards, admittedly, but you know, it's alright. We can stall for a turn. He's only gonna do 2 damage. We're gonna... Well, it's really only 1 since I'm hitting for 1. I still need to do something about that, but I can put the bullfrog out there now and kill it. Okay. We have you. It's in hand. It just took a minute to get there. Start some overkill going. Actually, it's not gonna be overkill. It's exactly lethal, but that's fine. I could have waited a turn and gotten like 1 extra, but that's fine. Okay, we're still alive at least. We're gonna definitely visit this to see if we can get any more items. I mean, I don't know. I think fires are really valuable if you are investing in cheaper cards just to make them stronger. But items have been so necessary. Sorry, I'm quiet, making milk-based sauce. Oh, no worries. Gotta make sure the milk doesn't burn. Let's take another bone card. 8, Jesus Christ. Pernicious Vulture, a Tyrant of the Skies. This is a tough choice. I really like empowering our cards so that they're not shit. Particularly the cheap ones, since those are the only ones we can often even play. I don't know what this symbol is. It looks like a gravestone or a computer, like an old computer. I don't know. We still have 2 items. I like the idea of getting more, but it looks like there's another satchel up there, though. Alternatively, we could empower up there and get item first, which might be smarter since we're going to have a battle in whatever this is. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. Honestly, give me another one of these. It seems like a waste because we're only getting 1 item, but that was really useful. We actually got one in play to start too, which is handy. And so many fucking deer, or elk, sorry. Oh, it's the porcupine, which is really good, because we can prevent you from doing anything on your turn, or one of them anyway. Bullfrog, this is the stronger bullfrog too, would also be okay. We can't do both. You actually do damage immediately upon getting hit, and you'll get hit for 0 because you're stinky, so... Start there. So we're gonna take... No, well, we'll trade. We'll trade 1 damage. Okay, but now we want to deal with you before you become an adult, which you can easily do with the bullfrog, thankfully. See, this is much better, or at least, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but this is much better RNG starting out. Obviously, this elk can become an issue, but he's got to go through a little bit first. Okay, you're gonna hit. The main issue with these is that because they shift back and forth, it does buy them time to become adults like quickly. But at least because they're there, it means it prevents them from coming in for a turn. This middle one can't even get in until one of these 2 dies. Let's see. If we take a squirrel, we can take a squirrel next round and then summon the wolf to do some shit. I think that might be the only real good play we have, rather than waiting and hoping for a better card. Can't actually play it right now because there's no good space for it, so we have to wait for the possum or the bullfrog to die. So draw another card instead. Worker ant would also be useful, but not yet. So we buy a turn. This is going to come down here. You're going to get hit for 1. You're going to get killed, but you'll at least weaken that a little bit first. Thorny Rebuke. Okay. Let's see. Do we kill the elk here now and then... No, I think we kill the fawn, honestly. Because it's better to kill it before it becomes stronger, I guess. I think. I don't know. Still could put out a worker ant, but I think we'll go with the wolf. Doesn't mean that we'll get hit for 2, but we are preventing the thing there. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right play. Okay, you'll kill the elk, which is good. We'll get hit for 1. Does it say pronghorn? Okay. Might as well get the worker ant out there. Who can trade with the elk fawn and kill it when it's its turn, unless this moves into place for some reason first, which it shouldn't, because it should just get killed by the wolf. Oh right, I keep forgetting about overkill damage on cards now. Right, of course. Okay. I really wish it would let me look at this easier. We're still pretty even. Draw this. Rat King. You have me here, I surrender. Yeah, you're pretty effed because I should be able to get you before you become a problem. Then again, like if we accept the victory now, we get no extra like cash, although I can't really spend any of the extra cash that we're getting. These like weights. Like we'll hit right now for 3, which would just put you there. And then as soon as it's your turn, you'll hit the wolf for 1, and then me for 1, and then me for 1. So we would be trading back, and then I think neither of these would move because they're facing the wrong way, so we would hit for 3 again. This would become an elk. Maybe we should just take his acceptance, because I feel like we could lose this. I mean, obviously we would try to play some cards in the meantime, but I think we'll just take it just in case, because I don't want to like accidentally fuck it up. You encountered a small outpost in the woods tended by a mysterious woman. It was the trader that the old trapper had mentioned. Her appearance was unsettling, but you were mollified by her offerings. Do you mind if I examine those pelts of yours? I think I have one, yeah. Let's start with your hair pelts. Here's what I can offer. Okay, I can trade you any of these. Take your time. Card counter. I think that probably says. Corpse Eater. If a creature that you own perishes by combat, a card bearing this sigil in your hand is automatically played in its place if it's in your hand, so you have to keep it. That's not bad though. And they don't have to be like matching. It's just any card in your hand or that you have in play that dies. As long as you have a Corpse Reader in your hand, it just gets auto played. But I feel like in a lot of cases that's gonna sometimes be hard because you'll have occasions where you need this thing to just be played somewhere else. So I don't know that we should bank on something like that just yet. River Otter was not bad. They submerge, so they don't block. I don't know how I feel about like waterborne characters or cards. Like they stay and won't get hit, which is cool. But it means they can't block either. So it's only really all that useful, I feel like, if they're really strong, so they can just keep hitting your enemy like quickly. Otherwise, because if they effectively offer you no real defense, so. Second cat, I don't really want to rely on undying things too much because they take up space. I kind of want to check this out. Because I don't know what the fuck it is, but it apparently can go into play. Card counter is all inked up, so the value, number of something. Let's take this. Mashed potatoes around the edges, salt and peppered fried meat or whatever you like in the middle, covered with bechamel sauce with some ketchup in it. Interesting. Sounds good. Currently use vegetarian fake chicken in the middle since meat pieces taste bad when heated in the work microwave. Oh yeah, microwaving meat can be iffy. Like there's some stuff that microwaves fine, especially if you put like the right kind of preparation into it. Like you can actually microwave bacon decently, like from like kind of at least cured bacon. I think uncured is probably okay, but you know you can just kind of like put it on a plate with like some paper towels and bring it up to the appropriate heat for a little bit. It takes a little bit, but it is like ultimately a less grease spattery affair. But it's only something I'd ever recommend if you're like in college or something and don't have access to like a stove. And frankly, you know, get a fucking air fryer if you can, because bacon comes out great in an air fryer. If you just don't really want to deal with like pots and pans and stuff. To be honest, like pan frying bacon is fine, and I'll do it like if I want the bacon fat for some reason, but there's a lot of methods that just work nicely if you're just going low effort. Like putting it in the oven is fine, with the exception just being that you're heating up the entire oven to do that. You know, if you have like a toaster oven, maybe that would work better, but I've never tried it in one. Air fryer is really good. The microwave is an acceptable option if you're just trying to heat up some bacon quickly. It basically turns out pretty much about the same. Might be like slightly chewier if you're going for like a crispier bacon, but it doesn't really like make the bacon weird. However, microwaving something like chicken, especially if you were like cooking the chicken that way, not just reheating it, it comes out like weird. Like if you microwave chicken, it like turns into rubber. I mean, you know, mind you, I pretty much never microwave meat these days, but like, you know, there have been times, like especially when I was younger, when it was like a matter of convenience, like, you know, I can't cook anything here, but I have a microwave. Alright, we sold our one pelt. I'm honestly like feeling a little weird even selling that pelt, because it is a free card you can play. It's only got 1 health, but you can still use it to block something. Alright, we can sacrifice something, we can empower something, or we can get more items, but I think we're still full up on items because I didn't use my... Yeah, so this would be a waste of a visit, so we should definitely empower something. We could sacrifice a card to empower a different card, but... Which, honestly, we should start looking into sacrificing more, because I think our deck is getting a little bit big. I think you do want to keep it kind of light, but I still think for now I'm going to go with the empowerment route. We made it to the boss after this, of course. So our 1 life is going to be 1 life regardless, so that's fine. The crackling fire lit the starving faces of a group of survivors. We have not food, one said, but perhaps one of your creatures will join us. Enhance its health, said another. Okay, once again, we could make Biggest Deckus better. We haven't really been paying attention to Biggest Deckus very much. It's only come up into play like maybe twice, or into my hand at least. I kind of want to keep making the Stoat and the Stink Bug stronger. Now this is, again, it's just health, not power. But making these things more survivable just seems really useful, because they so often come up like early at the deck. I don't know if it's just like, if these like character cards have a higher chance of being drawn because the game wants you to play them so that they'll get a chance to talk and stuff, but I feel like they probably might be coded to work that way. Making the Porcupine stronger could be useful because he's stinky. He's a pretty strong card just because Quills and Stink together could be really strong, especially against something that's already like a 1 or 2 power. I kind of like the idea of making the Possum stronger because it is a cheap card. It's rare that we don't have 2 bones to throw at something, so. You know what? It feels a little weird to do this, but I'm gonna do it for the Possum. Sorry, the opossum. They're 2 different animals technically. The opossum and possum, it's not just like a different spelling, they're actually different things. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's health. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your opossum. Alright. I don't know that I like our chances against the boss. I've never seen this boss, so let's find out what we're in for, I guess. A man stood before you, a man you recognized immediately. It was the trapper. You reached out to examine his wares, but he stopped you. Sorry, but today you will supply the pelts. Oh shit. Human pelt? Oh, of course, there's Biggest Decus. Alright, we immediately got pretty bad RNG. Strange frog, what the fuck? Leaping trap. When card bearing the sigil perishes, the creature opposing it perishes as well. A pelt is created in your hand. Interesting. So we would get a pelt for free by doing it, but we want to put something like a squirrel down there just to... Well, no, it wouldn't be a squirrel. We'd have to hit it with something. Honestly, the music in this is great. It definitely does go off for the boss fights, but in a good way. Alright, these have Mighty Leap. They all do. Kind of thinking, let's see, an opossum, if we did this, the frozen opossum goes out for free and then it creates an opossum, but it's not like the one we just upgraded, it would just be a 1/1, so it wouldn't be able to kill a strange frog. It could kill the leaping trap for us. This thing does no damage though. I'm just noticing we don't have to necessarily focus this thing. We should probably make sure we're blocking these. I still think we might want to play that just to keep him from doing shit, but we might use our jar just to get a cockroach out here. Let's see. Use the jar, get 4 bones, summon the cockroach. You would only hit the thing for 1, block and then immediately die, but you do get to come back to our hand. At which point we would only have 1 more bone, so I don't know. RNG has not helped us much. Maybe we're better off hitting you. Just put the cockroach here instead. So we at least get 1 point of damage on you, and then we're only taking 1 this turn instead of 2. Then we get a squirrel next turn, we get a pack rat out there, we start doing a little bit of work, or maybe just Biggest Decus actually for once. So you'll definitely get at least a kill. I think we start there. Don't know that it's the right play, but it's the play that I'm gonna do. Yeah, okay. I just remembered it's like, oh yeah, he's a flying, but they do have Mighty Leap, so they will still stop it. Which is good, because I wanna at least kill one of them. We're 1 bone away from putting the cockroach back out if we want. There's no carryover damage with... Oh, okay. I probably should have assumed that that was gonna happen. Hey Dodo, how's it going? It'd be nice if these didn't have Mighty Guard, because then flying would still be fine, but it's so Biggest Decus is gonna die immediately. Oh well. I don't know that I see myself winning this without doing some trickery. We're already almost dead. Which is weird, because I've only been hit twice? No, wait, no, it was only twice, right? Why? No, it's been 4, I guess. I still feel like we're lower than we should be, but I guess it's still it's technically 5 each side, so you only have to get hit for 5 damage. But we hit him for 1, so I don't know. It just looks weird. Hey, Daedra. If we put the possum out, I think we might have to just for the block. We could use the scissors just to cut up a card too. I'm considering cutting up the leaping trap just because we'll do a lot of damage that way, and I actually don't think that's a bad play. He'll probably just put something out here anyway, but if we do that, this bullfrog's not doing shit while that's in the way. We hit for 3 immediately and regain some composure. We gotta draw something first, of course. what we can do, cut up this card, summon the frozen opossum like over here or something. We can block with like a squirrel for a turn. That'll give us enough bones to put the cockroach back out. Just so we take no damage this turn. I don't know that that's the right play. We still have a round 2 for this, by the way. But I'd like to at least survive round 1. Let's see, if we just do this and we don't even put the frozen possum out, we're not currently on lethal because we only get hit for 1, but we'll actually do 2 more, so we'll actually go back 1 space total. As soon as the squirrel blocks and dies, we're going to put the cockroach out and block for another turn. We'll hit for another 3. Let's save our frozen opossum for as long as we can. It's going to depend on, what he throws out there. So the wolf will not hit Biggest Decus, but it'll hit us instead, which is bad. Or wait, no. No, sorry. I always get this backwards. The wolf will still hit this card. Flying ignores ground enemies. Ground enemies still hit flying enemies, though. I always get it backwards. I hope it's not a trap wolf. It doesn't look like it. I guess we'll see. Alright, let's see. Do we want the cockroach? I mean, we have the bones to play it. It's not going to kill anything, but that's okay. We'll hit for 3. This might still be a bit of a runaway if we don't play the possum. I really want to try to save it for the next turn. We still have to draw first. At which point I guess it might be... We either draw a squirrel now and then draw a squirrel on the following turn so we can get a pack rat out there, or we draw another card and hope for something nicer. I think I'm going to go with... things we don't have infinite swirls either. Fuck, this is so rough to make a choice sometimes. Hit for 3. Get hit for 2. This card dies. Sorry, we only get hit for 1 if we put the cockroach out. Well, we can't yet. I'm just gonna take a squirrel. If we take a squirrel, we can't summon it yet if we want to summon the pack rat. The pack rat can at least get a kill on the following turn if we summon it. We should at least live for a turn. I'm just gonna try this. Biggest Decus is gonna die, but that's okay. Something about you. I think the pack rat's going here just to prevent that damage. I didn't have this before, right? Did I? I feel like I'm getting items kind of randomly. Unless I got it from something else and I just didn't notice. Oh, fucking adder, of course. Okay, we have enough bones, we can actually summon the cockroach again. And immediately kill this, which is good. We'll do 2 damage to you, keeping us alive for another turn. We still need to draw something. Let's take a regular card. Porcupine can come out next turn. Adder's gonna kill you. Porcupine's gonna ruin your day. Until the trap comes out, at least. We're gonna take 1 point of damage from the adder. This is gonna kill itself, but then we can get it later. Okay. Alright, we get a free pelt. I forgot about that. wolf pelt is 2. Can you stop putting shit out, please? Alright, we gotta draw something. Let's put this out here just to prevent a bit of damage for the moment. That's gonna kill this and then itself, but that'll at least give us enough energy to put a cockroach out again. And we'll get another wolf pelt in trade. Man, this is so risky. I keep drawing regular cards hoping to get something good. Alright, the stink bug can kill the adder easily. It shouldn't get killed in the process. I think that'll carry over his damage to 0. Or no, I'm sorry. That's health. Duh. We can't play the cockroach yet. We're gonna take one, but that's acceptable for the moment. I can't play anything yet, so let's go with that. We do have the pliers we can use if we need to. Take a squirrel now, get ready to summon the ant queen, put the wolf pelt down. I don't remember if, like, on the second round, if you get any of your cards back. I'm like, wary to keep spending squirrels because we might need them, is the thing. I'm trying to play as many bone cards as possible, but... well, we have to draw first, but we can at least play the wolf pelt. If we take a squirrel, we'd have to take 2 squirrels like this turn and the next turn to play the ant queen. If we want. The stink bug is at least gonna hit this turn, so we could just trade. He hasn't drawn anything else. We still have to draw something. Give me a regular card. This is a risk, but alpha's something we can play eventually. Actually, we won't even trade because we'll just do this. So we're getting a point. We can now summon the... oh, we have to draw something. Summon the cockroach. Adder dies. We do 1 damage. Okay, you seem to be done. So we've won round 1 unless he keeps playing shit. I'm going to preemptively start drawing some squirrels so that we're ready to play some shit. Anyway, sorry, let me catch up on chat really quick because I'm very behind. Oh, you played some Pathfinder, did you? Wrath of the Righteous is a campaign that I never really played. I actually had the pawns for it. I might have even... my old group, I think, might have... somebody had the book. We might have had the book. I honestly don't remember. Battle systems are the best, and some balancing needs to take place for sure. Love the theme and the story. Pathfinder, like, initially was pretty good. Like, it was a good, carryover from like 3.5 D&D, since that's what it was meant to be, was like 3.75, because a lot of people didn't like 4th edition. They felt it was too different. And I liked Pathfinder a lot at first, but it I feel like over time it just got way too bloated. There's just so much stuff. And don't get me wrong, having lots and lots of options is great. It's just that unless you're playing your own like homebrew campaign, you know, just something that your DM has come up with, it's hard to balance things with their pre-written modules, because especially if you play into the older stuff, like Wrath of the Righteous isn't super old, but it's not a newer module. And if you play like some of the later class archetypes that they came up with in that thing, then you might be running something that ends up being really imbalanced. Like, for example, the first module the first like campaign module that they wrote for Pathfinder was Rise of the Rune Lords, which was cool because they also redid it, so it kind of got updated a little bit. Like when we played it like much later. But I rolled a gunslinger to play in Rise of the Rune Lords, and he ended up being crazy overpowered. Like, it was never my intention to make him so strong. I just wanted to be a dude that dual wielded pistols because I thought it was cool. And he was super fucking crazy strong. Like, he just destroyed stuff. Like not instantly, but the problem was like Rise of the Rune Lords had lots and lots of big enemies, lots of like giants and shit. And the reason why the gunslinger was so strong is that you have two different types of armor class in that game. You had three types technically, but you had your regular armor class, and then you had a flat-footed armor class, so if you were ever surprised, you basically were denied your dexterity bonus to your armor class. And then you had touch armor class, which was just how easy is it for someone to like touch you, not necessarily get through your armor. But whenever you used a gun, and initially they were supposed to just be like flintlock pistol type things, but any type of gun that you use, as long as you were within like the first range increment, you always resolved the attack roll against touch AC, which was just your dexterity bonus, not the armor you're wearing. And for a lot of characters, especially big enemies like giants, they tend to have super, super low touch armor class, which made playing a gunslinger overpowered because I would pretty much never miss unless I rolled a natural 1 or something. Anyway, let me... I don't know if I want to preemptively play any cards because I don't know what he's a trapper, what he's gonna do once I get past round 1. So I'm just gonna let these two smack him until he's dead, and we'll pick up another squirrel. And I'll pick up another squirrel just to be extra prepared. Okay. Too fast, too soon. Okay, so this is what Shadok was talking about the other day. So if you get to a boss too quickly, because they expect you to die, I guess, they make the game suddenly becomes crazy difficult. I don't think we have any way of beating this. I'll try my best. Let's see. Fucking 4/6 grizzlies backed up by another 4/6 grizzlies, all with mighty leap. At least they're not flying. Yeah, we're pretty boned. If only I had a Mothman right now, that'd be kind of sweet. Worker Ant, you're not gonna be helping me out too much, buddy. We can summon the Ant Queen and the Ant in the same turn if we want. It's not gonna do jack shit, but... I don't think this is impossible, by the way, under the right circumstances. Like, you could have, like, some scissors or something and cut up, like, a couple of cards or some shit, and then maybe somehow you outpace the damage quickly enough, but I think that that's unlikely. Like, I'd have to have, like, that really big monster card that's, like, the 7/7 that we saw. Having that would make it kill this, it would survive a hit, and then it would kill the next grizzly bear, and assuming he doesn't play more, we could actually outpace the damage that this dude does, but we'd have to keep putting blockers down. But that wouldn't necessarily be impossible, it's just that we'd have to already be set up for that, and we clearly aren't, and we don't even have that card anyway, so... Anywho, sure. Why not do one of those, I guess? I'll tell you why not. It's because now you can't fucking summon half your shit. Yeah, so this is This is bad. We'll go ahead and just like here you go. How many bones do I have? I think 3 maybe. There's our last squirrel. I have no hope of winning this, by the way. I'm just going through the motions, really. Me again. Yeah, it is you. It's true. So let's see. We do a cockroach and an alpha, and that's all we can do. Hey look, I can kill your bear. I can kill one of your bears. That's fun. I can pull out a tooth. Owie. Anyway, well that was fun. Yeah, that was not possible for us to win in the current setup. You will make an exquisite pelt. Catch these hands. Alright. Let's see what happens. This is death number 2. Stay there. No need to move. I am afraid you are not dead yet. Hold still. Where did I put that camera of mine? You don't gotta be so fucking weird. It's my camera now. Click. Pathetic. Do you really think I would leave film in there? Do you have any idea what that camera is capable of? Give me that. Aw, man. We have a memento to create. Behold your death card. Shall we begin to ink it? I guess the question is, do I keep my other death card, or do we just get a different death card each time and the previous one gets overwritten? Please choose a card to draw the cost from. I like the idea of another 2 bones card, because that's pretty easy to achieve. Even more sometimes than just the 1 blood, because I don't have to then take a squirrel. The cost of 2 bones from the opossum. And another, this time we'll use its power and health for the numbers. Man, you gave me some shit fucking cards. Why you gotta be like that? Probably because I chose the 2 bones. So I don't really want a 0-3. It's a 2-1 is the best we can really ask for here. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. I wonder if it gets both sigils if we do this. I like this a lot though, especially at such a cheap cost. It does say sigils plural, but some cards have 2 sigils down here, so I don't know if these stitched on ones get transferred over. I'm gonna assume this doesn't work, even though that might be wrong to assume, and just go with this because this is a really strong ability, especially for something that's cheaper to summon, because we'll already have 1 bone back as soon as it dies, meaning that as soon as we get a second thing killed, we can immediately throw it back out. It's a lot cheaper than the cockroach. A sigil of unkillable form from the cockroach. I never did ask your name. Okay, so I don't know if Biggest Decus got overwritten by this death card or if we get a second death card, but we should come up with a new name regardless. So what are we calling this card, chat? Anybody got any ideas? Ted? I mean, come on, you come up with something better than Ted. Biscuit? That was better than Ted. Trying to be more active on Twitter though, since I have a feeling I need to open up more because the internet is my main source of social life outside of work. I'm terrible about social media usage. I try to be active on Twitter, but I almost never post anything. Half the time I'm honestly like, I feel bad just even having my auto announcement go out on Twitter whenever I start up a stream. It feels, I don't know, it just feels kind of cringy to do, but I leave it out there because, you know, it's a small channel and I do want people to know when I'm live, so, but one day I'll probably turn that off and just make manual announcements on occasion. I mean, I still make manual announcements from time to time when I'm playing like a new game. If I have the time to make like a cool thumbnail or something, it's just I usually don't these days. I've been so busy with work. Half bones? I like half bones. How about no, not Bowen. Bone waffle. Since you're hungry. Sounds delicious. One thing now remains. I must capture your visage. Say cheese. Click. Bone waffles are tender. Also, I don't know if I said hey to you earlier, Ashbolt, but hello. If I didn't. Not much for trading, that last one. Are you prepared to make the right deals? A gift from the angler. You see, he was defeated recently and wishes to redeem himself. It would be unfortunate if you were to fall to the prospector before he was given that chance. This hook is powerful. You may steal one of my cards with it. For that reason, you will not find any others along the path. Use it wisely. Okay, so it's still a normal item. Are you different? Is your head not more like rectangular than before, or did I just not notice that? Seems the lily stinkbug has made its way in. But it is dealt, so it stands. Wait. What happened? Oh, I bet I didn't just like lose cards or something. That was weird. Stowed looks stout. I still don't quite understand what these have changed. But I don't know what this is. If it's like recreate this somehow and you get something, or I don't know. We have a different figurine this time. We already solved all these puzzles. I still don't know if there's something happens when you blow out his candle. I'll leave it lit this time. This is a different icon. A lot of these are different icons. No, you may not choose a specific beast. Instead, you must decide on a tribe that you prefer. Birds, elk, or deer. Insects, ants, corpse eaters, I don't know. We like flying things, but I feel like they haven't been that great for us. Ringworm. The underappreciated ringworm, its value is not readily apparent, so it probably has a hidden ability. A randomly chosen insect card. Did you wish for something else? Nope. That's fine with me. Alright, what is this? Battle? An ancient woman emerged from behind an oak tree. She carefully laid out an intricate wood carvings, then gestured at them brusquely. Choose. Flying, stinky, burrowing, stinky. Oh wait, are we fighting? The old woman bared her teeth in satisfaction. Your first totem was complete. Right, because we got a totem head, this thing, I guess, and now we got a body for it. The stinky sigil will now be marked upon all your squirrel creatures. Dude, that's fucking good. Or could be, at least. Because they don't get any power, but they will reduce anything attacking them by 1, which can effectively turn them into cheap blockers against weaker enemies. Burrowers. You stanky. Witness the awesome power of my stinky totem. What the fuck? Alright, so we have flying burrowers. It's gonna be a weird. No! Are you kidding me? I just misclicked on the past turn. Fuck. I didn't even know that could happen. I was just trying to click out of the rule book, and I somehow clicked the bell. Yeah, that's lame. So, yeah, draw a card. I hope I didn't lose my other cards, dude, because I don't seem to have many. I feel like I lost the Stoat and the Stink Bug. So we can literally buy time just doing that. Okay, we do still have you. Okay. Put the bullfrog out. I'd like to put the ringworm out, but I don't know what it can do, and it doesn't do damage yet, so we need something that can actually hit. Okay, good. We still have the Stoat. I concede. Yeah, of course you do. I'm not letting you off that easy. I'm taking your damage. Yep. Let's go a little bit faster. Cannot draw blood from a caged wolf. Okay. Well, let me skip now. That's alright. You good. He really has no more guards now, but it was just a little encounter, so. Alright, another tribe token. Wolf tribe, raven tribe, deer tribe. Or maybe wolves, ravens, elk, possibly, because we know elk exist, but that doesn't mean that's what they are. Coyotes are fine. I'll take it. I'm gonna guess Biggest Decus, our other card, probably got overwritten. Which is alright. The bones of the ancient woman creaked and groaned as she approached. With gently shaking hands, she placed her offerings before you. So we can switch. I don't really want any of these. I like my stinky squirrels. I don't really want to make stinky ravens or flying creatures specifically because I don't have that many. Or deer-based things. I guess give me this and I hope it just gets added to and doesn't replace. Okay, good. I think stinky squirrels are much better for the moment. I mean, I could be wrong, but... The old one collected her pieces and shuffled off into the darkness. Thank you. Nice tap deck. For real, is it just me, or does the stoat look like his face look more rectangular? I feel like it wasn't that rectangular. I could be wrong, and I just didn't notice before. I just feel like it just seems more blocky than it was. He also seems angrier. Not just you, okay. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, what? Alright, you're gonna get played here, because you'll reduce that dude's power. And then we can wait a turn. Oh no, fuck. It's okay. We could just put squirrels out. It's not gonna work forever. But for now, you're stuck. You'll move there. We can sacrifice you to get the stoat or something out there. I like the idea of just doing this for a moment. It's not a good play, but it'll keep him from doing either of these from doing anything until I'm ready to put another card down. Oh fuck, because of you're next to each other. Shit. That makes sense. Alright, well let's start taking care of some shit. I didn't think about the empowerment part. Wolf in a cage, but now to break it. Or how to break it, sorry. Let's see. You're fine here. Reduce him. You'll hit him 2 turns. If we put a squirrel here for now, you won't get to do anything until you have moved. Which we can't yet, but... It should only kill the squirrel, though. Yeah. So now, if we put a squirrel down here, we'll go back to you being at 0 because we get to attack first. And that still gives us, like, a chance to, get ready to summon something else. No, sir, you are not allowed to do anything until I say so. Let's start getting this going at least. Still really want to see what this ringworm can do, if anything. Probably has to be hit for it to do anything, but... Yeah, well. You lose. One of his ears got floppy too, yeah. The Stout Stoat. New cards. Pronghorn, Sadistic Pronghorn. Woe be to those that meet the end of its antlers. Elk, Turkey Vulture. I'd really like to use the Turkey Vulture, but 8 bones is a bit of an ask. Maybe it's time we take an elk. I've been kind of ignoring them. The pronghorns seem kind of good. Basically anything with the bifurcated strike seems kind of good, but I'm gonna go elk, I think. Okay, let's see. We have figurine. I'm pretty happy with the one I've got at the moment. We should collect more, but there will probably be other opportunities. Mini boss, card collections. We have to sacrifice something coming up ahead. Let's empower something, fight this, get cost cards. Warm light of the campfire is a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampen the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said one. So I hope you don't die. I'm gonna go ahead and make you stronger, though. Maybe the stink bug, actually. Because he's really good. The power of the stink bug was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, he withdrew. I still haven't had an opportunity to do more warmth upgrades on one thing, but it seems like you will later and have a chance of losing creatures. I'm not sure. Okay. Stanky squirrel. Stink bug. Just thinking about that wolf. Okay. Sparrows, which will fly, but we can still reduce their power, so we can block one anyway. We can actually block them both. Although we do need bones to make that happen. Let's throw one out. And then I guess we'll just take a hit, and next turn we'll deal with seeing if we can get a stink bug out there or something, or we don't have any bones yet, so we have to kind of like make that happen. I'd say this is maybe the only thing about stinky squirrels that can be a downside. Obviously we can still sacrifice them, but if we do want them to get killed and we would hope to get like a bone from it, then that's not going to do much unless it's like a greater than 1 power, which, you know, is fairly common, but still. I want to see what happens with the ringworm. This is a dumb thing to start experimenting on, I think. But I want to see. We could throw a squirrel out there. An extra squirrel, I mean. Just so we're not taking any more damage, but I think we can afford to wait one. Hopefully. Okay, nothing really seemed to happen from the ringworm yet. You don't deal any damage, we can ignore you. You just stink. We have our 2 bones. We could kill your coyote, which is the better choice because of the 2 damage, even though we would be able to block a sparrow with it. Right, draw a card. Oh, we can at least block the sparrow now. Scoop. No, sir. Take your hits. Take your medicine. Sorry. Yep. I want them extra weights for... Supposedly it ends up being like cash or something we can use to buy stuff. I don't know how that works, but overkill is worth doing for some reason. I forget exactly why. Okay. Let's take a 1 cost for now. Just because 2 costs are sometimes hard to afford. Keep our deck sort of cheap. Even though we're not particularly strong. The stinky squirrels I think will get us there anyway. Alright, we're choosing a card to sacrifice. We could sacrifice the elk, but we'll also be putting the sigil of whatever we sacrifice onto whatever we're giving. We could make Stink Bug a flying Stinky Bug, which could be cool. I kind of like that idea, and he's still cheap. Alright. I hope I'm doing this correctly. Sacrifice, yeah, okay, there's the sacrifice symbol. Oh, we get more choices here though. Flying Stoat with, that becomes a 2/5, I think. I think it gets the numbers too. Making him a flying 2/5 could be useful, but it also means that he'll ignore stuff we potentially want him to hit, whereas the stink bug can still make things weak, even if he's flying. I think I want to go with the stink bug. Empower me! Okay, it's just the sigil, not the power. Okay. Well, that seems fine then. Okay, Prospector, I hope I have enough of stuff to get you with here. We do have the hook, I mean to say. A chill mist closed in around you. You were not alone. A figure emerged from the fog. Stand in the way of me gold, be darned. He didn't say hee-haw this time. I'm a little disappointed, but that's okay. Something about that caged wolf. What would happen if it were freed? Easy, boss, just pop that mule. So, are you trying to tell me I should maybe play the caged wolf more often so it gets damaged? Maybe we have to do something about, like, sacrificing it and it'll come out of its cage? I don't know. Alright, we gotta kill the mule. Smoke gives us bones. Play this here for now. I probably should have saved it, but... I really want to know your secrets, Ringworm, because I bet there's more about you than just... I'm a little 0-1. Maybe you have to empower it and give it some sort of damage, and it can get some special ability if you do, but I'm not gonna make that assumption. We can get the Stoat out there, which is really our only play for getting something out there that deals damage. So I'm gonna start there. Coyote could be good. We could save our stink bug then for a later play. Stink bug's cheaper. We currently have 5, I think, tokens. I don't remember how or you're supposed to like stack these, or if that's just kind of a random thing when you click it. Coyote would still get the kill. We could then more strategically place the stink bug later once we have an extra bone, which we should be able to get easily enough. Honestly, might even use it to try to kill the wolf once it comes time, because that will become a wolf. Maybe even the adder. Okay, give me a squirrel for the moment. Stoat is gonna die. Coyote's gonna die. This kind of went a little weird very quickly, but that's alright. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, we won't. Never mind. I didn't realize he was that close. I thought we were one away from that still. That sucks a little bit. I hope that, well, maybe not. Your pack mule should stay, right? But we didn't kill half of his fucking cards, so... Okay, he did still take his back row. That's good. So now we can play the stink bug, like, in front of this guy when it comes time. Let's play the elk. Oh shit, we can't, because I don't have enough space. If we play the stink bug here... Actually, the Bloodhound will be moved to him, but he'll also die. No, wait, the Stinky should still work, so... Let's try this. Oh, whoops. I'm an idiot. Whoopsie. I can't play anything on there. Well... I forgot that that's summoned via bones, not blood. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. So, stink bug here kills the wolf. Throw a ringworm down for the moment, maybe, or something, just to see if it can block okay. Actually, here. Give me this. Because we can have the elk do work on you. We have to do it in the right order, though. Actually, the elk would be fine here, because he'll still get the kill. And then Stinkbug can go there instead. Why didn't you take any damage? Oh, because he's flying. Right, I made him flying. I forgot. Okay, that's fine. Draw a card. Caged wolf. You're gonna get out there, buddy. Don't you worry. Give me them cards. My mule and her pack. We have you already, my dude. Like you're done. You're extra done. Crispy. Kingfisher. I mean, he's already dead. We don't even need to fuck around, really, but there you go. A little extra overkill. Hopefully no sudden grizzly spams. I think they can only do that once round 2 starts. Need a light. Okay, cool. That went well. We didn't have to use any items. Your reward, sir. Amalgam. Canine, hooved, reptilian, feathered, insectoid. The amalgam is all. 3/3, cost 2. Strange larva. We loved the Mothman. It does take some time to generate, but... I have a feeling that this card maybe has some hidden abilities, but the Strange Larva, man, it's such a card, you know, like you're a real card. It takes like 2 turns to become the Mothman, but when he does, he's like a flying something 7, I think, 7 health. Maybe it's only like 3 damage, might be more than that, but it's a good card. Maybe like a 5/7 or something like that. It's like a 7, I want to say. It did a lot of damage. I'm going to take the Strange Larva. It might not be the right play, but that's what we're going with. After the harrowing encounter with the Prospector, you gathered yourself and continued onwards. I like the Mole Man too, but I couldn't pass up the Mothman potential. The air grew thick with moisture. The buzzing and chirping of insects drowned out the sound of your footfalls. You beheld the wetlands. Like, literally, the Mothman was the only reason we won against, I think it was the Angler, maybe? I forget if it was during the Angler fight or what, but we had, like, no business winning that one fight, and the Mothman coming out at the last second basically just provided us the victory, specifically because he did so much damage and was flying. I don't think it was on the Angler fight. It was just, like, some mini-boss, but it was, like, really tough. I guess we'll go left path. I don't really want to sacrifice anything, and I feel like this makes you lose a card. I haven't run into one of these spaces yet. I mean, I've seen them before, but I've never gone on to one, so let's go left path. The problem is we aren't getting any items because I haven't used any. Kaminsky. Guardian. Sharp quills, which means it deals 1 point of damage when it gets hit. It's cheap to play. We could slowly empower it to make it better. I'll take it. I don't know. I'm kind of regretting going this path a little bit now. Like, sacrificing something's not a great thing, but this is literally a wasted space because we don't have any room for items. Can't take more than 3 items, and you have 3. Said perhaps you'll accept this gift from my friend. Oh, it's not a waste. Hello? Sure, I'll take that. Pack rat, always useful. Okay, so that's good to know. You can still get stuff if you have 3 items, but you have to have all 3. Because if you have 2, you still get an item. Alright, mini boss time, let's go. Man, it's almost 2 o'clock already. Time's been going fast. Ant sigil. Or ant totem, excuse me. Bee bullfrog. We can make either one of these weaker with the use of a squirrel if we need to. We can at least start there. The bee will move, which is kind of why I don't want to put something there just yet. Doesn't matter that it flies. Stinky just works. It's definitely one of the better defense items, I think, or sigils. I'd like to get the caged wolf out there just to see what happens when it breaks, if anything, because you can't sacrifice it. So it seemed anyway. I think what we'll do, give me a squirrel, we prevent for a turn. In fact, you're kind of screwed unless you put something worse there, but I think your bee will end up blocking. We can literally block you for until we have enough like shit in our cards. This is why I'm saying the stinky squirrels are so good, man. Because that other bee's, yeah, he's blocking, and then that other bee's gonna go there. So if we do that, that buys us time to do pretty much whatever the fuck we want. I'm sure you'll do something to mitigate it at some point, but until then, get fucked. Let's see here. So we can sacrifice this squirrel, put in a bullfrog, kill that. This will not be able to do anything at first, but then it'll move, and then get killed by the bullfrog again. I do want to summon the caged wolf. Maybe we'll put one over here at some point. But that's going to be a little bit of a harder proposition to make happen. For now. I mean, we can put a squirrel down there for the moment. And then pack rat gives you a random item every time you play him. That must be where I was getting the extra item from earlier. That's good to know. Also, hey, Shadok. I don't think I said hey. If we put a squirrel down now, we would have enough economy, I think. Summon the bullfrog. Leave that squirrel. Next time, draw a squirrel. Summon the caged wolf there, put a new squirrel there for the time being until you're ready to do more, just to get him out there. But the thing is, we don't really want him there though, because he won't get hit by anything. We kind of want to see what happens, but it's having 6 turns to make that happen though just seems not worth it. So let's just put you there and just not put anything there right now. Kaminsky. Technically we can put Kaminsky out like here, and then if we ever have an empty square, he'll get pulled there instead. I say he, I don't know what Kaminsky is. Okay, so you're gonna die this turn. But it goes left to right, I think, so we should still end up blocking the Mantis first, and then... Well, it doesn't matter, it's 0 as long as you're staying there, but eventually you'll move. Just not yet, but our Bullfrog's gonna die after it hits their Bullfrog once. So we'll draw another squirrel next time and put the pack rat out. Although it won't give us an item this time because we don't have any free slots. Maybe we'll get like an extra card somehow. Unless he... I think those are the same items, unless he took something away. I know these two are the same. Okay, you'll kill that this turn and have some carry... Well, no carryover damage because it doesn't hit the player. The opponent... Coyote can be summoned soon if we want it. I recognize that this strategy is slow, but it's using the stinky squirrels like this is like the safest fucking shit ever. It's like too fucking good, man. Let's see. To start an engine of a little bit more stuff going out there, we can sacrifice a squirrel here. Well, we'd have to sacrifice both, really. Put the caged wolf down, but get the stink bug in there. Stink bug kills the bullfrog, gets hit once by the bee, kills the bee. Let's just do that. It's not something we need to do, but actually won't even get hit by one. I always forget about the thing. You won't even kill the bee, actually, because of the flying. I gotta remember the sigils that I put on things, man. Hey, Karate, how's it going? Good to see you. Alright, easy fight. Stinky squirrels, OP. So we could get another bonus card if we go this way. Whoops. I want to go this way, though. Shadok, I don't know if you were here earlier. You weren't in chat yet, at least, but I did win one of the little cave things I got on my previous run. Now, I did die to the Trapper, because it did the whole giant grizzly spam thing, so, because I got to round 2, and then the Trapper just ate 6 grizzlies. There's no way I was going to win it with what I had. I can't remember what I got from the cave now that I think about it. It was something good, but I'm like blanking on it. But yeah, I think we'll go this path, empower something, do a regular battle, see if we can win another cave thingy. Let's take... Now, admittedly, if we keep taking cheap cards, the cave thing's going to be harder to do. Was it a boon or a card? I kind of can't remember. I feel like it might have granted like a... You'd have to go back in the VOD. It's already blurring for me. It was either a good card or it made one of my other cards more powerful or something. So I was saying, like, the one thing that's, like, useful about getting more expensive cards is that we can potentially more easily win those cave thingies, but also it's not always cost. Sometimes it's, like, the damage that they have or the health that they have. What I will say is that with the Stinky Squirrel proposition, which I love that as a title, we can potentially afford more expensive cards by just buying time. But it only really works... The Stinky Squirrels only really work when he's hitting us with 1/1s. Or something with at least only 1 power. Which is often, but not, you know, always. Okay. I probably should not have taken the moose buck, but I felt like gambling a little bit with it. Excuse me. I'm still tired. Alright. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, enhanced its health, said one. Let's make... We could make you a 2/4, or you a 1/5, 3/9. I'd like to make Kaminsky stronger since he's so cheap, but I want damage before I start focusing on just putting HP out there. It's gonna be you. Stinkbug, you've been honestly the MVP. That's probably not gonna be the case forever, but with the new health of the Stinkbug was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Alright, what do you got? A lucky draw. Okay, we can block the 1/1s with squirrels if we need to. We do have to do something about the coyote. Start with a squirrel. These guys will never be a problem if we just put squirrels in front of them. But we are going to take 3 damage right off the bat. If we get our bullfrog out there, we can kill the coyote. We have to kill the coyote. It's a rough start, taking 3 damage right away. But there was no way we weren't going to, because even if we put a bullfrog out there, it would have just... I mean, it would have prevented the 2 damage from this. So we could have taken 2 damage instead of 3, but... The thing is, if we put a squirrel here or here, we'll still take... If we put one here, we'll still take 1 damage. If we put one here, we'll still take 2 damage. If we put a bullfrog here via the squirrel, we'll still take 1 damage, but that's not lethal, and it gives us a chance of surviving still. But now we really gotta get something going here, or else we're screwed. Again, if we put a squirrel or something out there, we do have a free squirrel too if we need it. I just wish I had 1 more bone so I could get the stink bug out. Just trying to think if there's any way I can do this without having to use items. Because we can do a free squirrel, put it there, we block, put the stink bug out, it doesn't kill. Wait a minute, do these guys fly? I think the kingfishers, well, it doesn't matter as long as they're hit with the stinky. I think we kind of have to use a squirrel here, because if we take even 1 damage, we're dead, and we don't have any way of playing a squirrel and something else. If we had 1 more bone, we could, so we have to use like a free squirrel. And even then, actually, well, we would trade. Hold on. I'm just trying to think, like, there's no other way to generate another bone, so we can't even get the fucking stink bug out there because we don't have anything that can sacrifice a card. We need something with a blood cost, but if we play a squirrel, we deal 1 damage, then we take 1 damage, so we just trade this turn, and then we're still alive. For now. For now. Hopefully I'm not incorrect about this somehow. You're not drawing anything else. Now we need to draw something that can sacrifice. That's not what I wanted, though. If we do a caged wolf, by sacrificing these 2, we can put it in front of something. These all each do 1 damage. But it would have to go in front of the otter because it's the only one that's not flying. We could then get the stink bug out there, which could block via the stinky one of these. We'll still take we should only take 1 damage if we do that, assuming the cage wolf blocks. I think it does. I fucking hope it does. I don't want to lose to this. Because this is what I drew, so I can't just draw another squirrel. I could play the free one, but I don't want to. Let's try this and hope that I'm not wrong. Alright, so it has to go there for the river otter, and then the stink bug can be played in either of these 2. We'll just do you there. You will get to hit, so we should get 3 back regardless, so we should be okay. Yes, okay. And then you have, what, another otter? The otter will hit the bullfrog for a bit, which is fine. Give me a squirrel to start. Throw it there, so we're preventing all damage for a turn. Just for the heck of it, do that. Okay. Alright, that one was a little bit of a spicy start, but we were fine. Okay, so we go here. We maybe win the game, probably lose it, and then we can either go get another totem piece, presumably, or we can get a new card because we haven't spent any items. I kind of want another card because you can't beat the stinky squirrels. Okay, I mean, you probably can. Like I said, obviously, if he starts throwing a bunch of shit that's not a 1/1 at me, it's, you know, stinky squirrels ain't doing much at that point. But they've been such a nice benefit at the start here. Thanks for the GGs. Trial of Wisdom. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 3 sigils among them to pass. Okay. Bones. Trial of Kin. 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. Meaning they're in the same card, like, tribe group, I think. I like the idea of this, but I don't know how many I have. Can I look? Yeah. I don't know what counts as what because they're not labeled in that fact. Oh, no, they are. They have the little symbols up here. They're just hard to see. Wolf, deer, nothing. Nothing. Insect, deer, insect, reptile, I guess. Aquatic, maybe. Nothing. Insect, I can barely see it back there. Wolf, probably, yeah. So we have 1, 2, just 2, no, 3 insects. 2 deer things, 2 wolf, 1 aquatic thingy, and then a bunch that are just nothing. I feel like even though you only need 2, we only have a couple of groups where that can happen. And we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 of our cards are complete outliers. Like 3 of them don't have a group, and then this one belongs to a group that we don't have any other cards for. I still feel like this could be difficult to reach. The Trial of Wisdom was sigils. We have quite a few sigils, but we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards with no sigils. I still kind of want to try that one. The 5 bone cost one seems unlikely. I mean, we could get there if we get the right cards. We would just need the Coyote and Kaminsky, or the Coyote and Stinkbug, but one of them like has to be the Coyote, so we shouldn't really bank on just getting this card specifically. I think we'll go sigils. I think it's maybe the most likely to occur, even though this one's... It's going to probably be between these two. I feel like the bones is the most rare outcome. I'm going to try for sigils. The Trial of Wisdom begin. Shit. We almost got there. I was really hoping that we would get Kaminsky on that last one, because Kaminsky has 2. Oh well. So we get nothing. That's fine. Maybe we go to the Totem Lady just to see what else she has to offer, because the Stinky Squirrels are probably not going to be a great benefit forever, right? And I think we'll keep the totems as time goes on. I don't know for sure, but maybe not. Getting another card would be useful. The only thing is, I don't know if it's going to be like another pack rat each time, because it could be. Pack rat's good, but it is a 2 cost. Let's go Totem Lady. See what happens. I just hope she doesn't want to like take away any of her shit. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Loading personality, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have Insect Head, Burrower, Mover, what are they called? Sprinter. I kind of like just getting the various heads. We do have a few insect cards. Burrowers are fine, movers are fine. I like Stinky the most of what we have available. Still gonna go with the Stinky Squirrels for now. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. Hello, hope you're doing well. Yeah, pretty good. Hope you are as well. Let's see. I don't know what the mushroom is. That's new. Alright, we gotta do a battle regardless, but we can empower something if we want. I think we'll probably just see what the mushroom thing is. I don't really want to do another sacrifice. Love these emotes. Yeah, they're pretty good. We have some nice ones on the channel. We've got, I mean, lots of people have good access to good ones in here. For sure. Alright, you got all insects going on here, huh? But, okay, they're gonna be power of 2 because there's 2 of them, so we can't Stinky Squirrel the whole way there. So we gotta do something. I think maybe we throw a Stoat in there just to at least kill one after... Wait, he's gonna hit... He'll hit the Stoat, then the Stoat will hit him, then he'll hit the Stoat, then the Stoat will hit... No, because it'll kill him after 2, because it's power of 2. We still might have to do that just because otherwise we're not blocking and we're taking 4 damage turn 1 if we don't do anything. Tough call, man. Not the greatest RNG. Stinky Squirrels not betraying us, but definitely not helping us as much as we'd like. Let me just throw one down for the moment. You would block, but still die, and then you would hit for 2. Alternatively, we block with him once and deal 1 damage, but if we want to keep the stoat alive a little longer, we can stall once. We still just take 2 damage. Then we play the stoat after we, you know, bring in another squirrel, which would hit, block, hit. We'd kill the ant. The stoat would still be alive, but then this ant would get to hit 1 time in the middle there, which might be too much. But we do have like an emergency squirrel. We can also hit something with the hook if we absolutely have to, but I'd really prefer not to do that. I still think that might be our play though. Just block with the squirrel once. No, wait. Yeah, block with the squirrel once, summon the stoat next turn so we can hit you a little quicker. Because if we do it that way, the ant still dies. On the following turn, we can still block with another squirrel if we have to and get at least 1 hit back. I'm just trying to do the math really quick. Let's see. Hit for 2, blocked. Hit for 2, blocked. So we'd already be at 4 by then. So we'd have to put something out there the following turn. Maybe just the other squirrel, but I'm just going to start with this. It's probably not a good way to do this. Okay, I should have also probably considered the fact that there was going to be more, because now it's going to be up to 3 3s. We might have to pull something. Because we're gonna get hit for 4. Otherwise, well, if we don't use this. If we use this, put 1 out, you put some in the stoat via the other one, they're at least blocking for a turn. Oh man. Tough one. Friggin' ants, dude. They seem so, like, not a big deal at first until you run into your opponent having 3 or 4 of them, and then you're just like, oh wow, this got horrible fast. If you didn't play them all in the first turn, or well, first 2 turns, it wouldn't be so bad. Start here. Just throw the squirrel down for the second and think about it. So we have you. We can summon the stoat via this free one, or just this, whatever. We can block. If we utilize the free one, we can block 2 of them. We would still take 2 damage, which is not lethal, but it's still putting us in a terrible state. I don't know that we can win this without using items. It's kind of just the RNG. I mean, it's short of drawing a card that somehow gets us there, but I don't know what would. We only have 1 bone, and Kaminsky's only going to block. I mean, it'll do a point of damage to something as it blocks, but that's still not really going to help us. We just got, like, really bad draw on this, I think. But if we pull a card, as much as I really would like to not do this, you get 1 less ant, so they become 2 2s again. We have our own ant to hit you back with. We can still summon the stoat to block here to immediately do damage, but then the mantis becomes a problem. Man, rough stuff, dude. I feel like we can beat the trapper without the use of the hook. I don't like using it, and I'd rather kind of use this on the angler themselves, to be honest. You know, I just considered that too. If he pulls our squirrels to him and we're using the stinky squirrels, they'll probably still be stinky. Maybe not because it's our totem. Maybe it disappears when it's on his side. but I would hate to have my own stinky squirrels used against me. I know I'm like stalling a lot. I'm just like trying to think this out if there's any other way that I can make this work, but we don't have to worry about that row as long as we ignore it for now. I don't know if something else happens with the ringworm eventually, but we just didn't get great cards. Chemical warfare. We already drew a card, so we can't take anything else. So our options pretty much are throw down a second squirrel for free, and like either we have 2 blockers, but then we still take 2 damage from this, and we're not dead yet, but the blockers immediately disappear, so we'll pretty much be dead next turn, where we'd be taking 9 damage. I think we have to pull something. I don't see any other way of us getting out of this alive without it. I mean, we could just lose the life and say it's okay, which honestly, I don't know, that might even be better to do. I don't think we get it back if we beat the angler, but we still only have 1 life when we get to the angler, so... But he does relight the candles, so I don't know. Man, this is such a tough proposition. Alright. Man, I just wish you were 1 stronger so that I could make this just work much easier. Or if you were 1 cheaper, because we could probably get some momentum. If you were just a 2 cost instead of a 3. I mean, yeah, we could put the caged wolf out there and maybe that does something, but we'd have to still take 4 damage for that to work, and we'd be dead anyway. If you were just a 2 cost. Alright, I'm just gonna do this as much as I hate it. We have our own ant now who, for some reason... No, okay, that's just because you are representing yourself. Now if we summon the squirrel, we can put the stoat down to block, or put it here potentially to hit you, but I kind of almost just want you to keep blocking the ant so that the mantis doesn't come out. We will hit for 1 at least. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know that it's the right play, but it's what I'm doing. Alright, we kind of just have to hope we get like a good card, because I'm kind of just screwed. You'll hit for 1, you'll hit for 1 and then die. We will take 2 damage this turn, which won't kill us, I don't think, especially after we hit for 1. Hopefully a bone card, a good bone card maybe? Why did it have to be another ant? Fuck you. God. We're screwed. Again, I have to hope for a bone card because I literally can't do anything else. We got a coyote out there. We can kill an ant, but we'll still take 4 damage in the process, which means we can't win unless... No, we still can't win. If we pull a tooth, we can put it on there, but we're still going to be 4 away. If I had just had something a little cheaper, a little faster, we could have made work, because carryover damage, overkill, could have made this do something. We could have killed the ringworm and the mantis and started going up this line for some damage or something, you know, but just there's so many fucking ants, like, right off the bat. I just don't know how they saw this one as being winnable. Unless you just got really good cards, which I did not, because we just don't have the economy for it. Well, I guess I put a coyote out there and... I mean, nothing really happens after that, because we're still screwed anyway. If I put you here, you come in, you still do 2 damage because you're unblocked on those sides. You do 2 each at that point, which is 6 damage, no matter what I fucking do. Even if it was still just 4, we'd die, so... might as well just not even bother wasting my stuff. I'll even do it there. I shouldn't have even bothered using any of my items. Yeah, I hoped for more too, dude, but these are the cards that the game decided to give me, and what could I do? I used my items to even try to make it work, knowing that it probably wasn't going to, which was just a mistake. I should have just listened to my gut and said, just sacrifice a life. Take another insect, maybe? Cockroach is really good. Alright, I gotta see what the mushroom's all about. We might lose again at the angler. You found yourself among a grove of thick and pungent mushrooms. You squinted to see a figure through a thick cloud of spores. We are the mycologists, yes? Oh, okay. Yes. And we are performing our experiments far from we are not welcome elsewhere. We will experiment on your flock, yes? We will need 2 of the same creatures. Fuck. 1 for each of us. Oh dear, you don't... You have no duplicate cards. Take 1 of ours. We will use it next time. We need items. Alright, time to get killed by the fucking angler, probably, because, you know, I ain't got shit. The mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. Go fish. So funny that the dude is doing everything with figurines and acting. Yeah, when he's not murdering me, I guess, you know, it's pretty cool. Alright, we can block the kingfisher with a bullfrog, but he can't hit the kingfisher. We're actually better off blocking with squirrels. Because kingfishers are 1/1s, this is still a great strategy. I'm telling you, man, snaky squirrels, they win the day. Now, he is going to pull my squirrel away, but he is just a squirrel for him. Now, I don't want to necessarily go through all of my squirrels super fucking fast, but, you know, it is what it is. Have a squirrel. Okay, he is still stinky, but he can't do shit to me, so fuck you. All I gotta do is put out like a fucking 2/2 and I can still kick the shit out of you. We are going through our squirrels rather quickly, but that's okay. That's necessary for the moment. Now we play our bullfrog, maybe. Or the pack rat. But if we play the pack rat, he'll pull it, so we kind of just need to maybe leave the squirrel. You can only pull so many cards. That being said, kind of sucks. I shouldn't have played it there. I should have played it here. I mean, I could play the bullfrog here. He won't be able to do anything, but he won't pull it either. And he doesn't get my squirrel then. It's kind of a waste though. Just doesn't do anything. Alternatively, I could put the bullfrog here. Whatever I play, he's gonna pull, so it has to go somewhere where we don't care that it's being pulled to or something. Or, well, really this is the only place where he can't pull it because there's too many cards there. I think that was how it worked, if I remember correctly. Let's just do it. I know it's kind of a waste of the bullfrog, but I don't want him just... I shouldn't have played the squirrel there. Unless he still can take it. Oh, he can. Okay, it just moves his card off there. I didn't think he could, but apparently he can. Well, we got a bone out of it anyway. We need to do something else. Like, we're gonna be running through all of our squirrels really rapidly here. It's still strong doing this, but we can't stall forever. We gotta, like, start... He shouldn't pull anything this turn, so if we do the pack rat... Unless it's every 2 cards. I think it's by turn, though, I hope. So we can sacrifice, like... these 2. We get hit for 2 damage, but do 2 damage? I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think we need to do the pack rat though, because we're kind of like stalling for too long, and we're just hemorrhaging cards. That's fine though, I'd rather keep these ones locked down. That one, I guess. If I put you here... We'll block the Kingfisher next time, but then... Maybe not. I don't know, just go here. It's weird. We get a free boulder? I mean, the boulder will block the bullfrog, and he can just pull the boulder then. No, he won't pull the boulder. He'll pull whatever I place last on the next turn, which will probably be a squirrel. Honestly, if I had one more bone, we could just make the coyote work here. Draw a regular card. We can throw Kaminsky out there. Kaminsky doesn't really do anything, though. Pack rat will still hit for 2. We're trading, like, 1 for 1 right now, so we're actually slowly beating him. Just not as fast as I'd like. I mean, he's on lethal, so we should probably just draw a squirrel and then lethal him so that we can move on. Now he does the bait buckets, which, let's see where he puts them. So these will do nothing, which means we only have to worry about this one. I kind of wish I could remove the pack rat. Hold on. Lucky, lucky, lucky. That was not the lucky I was looking for. I was hoping to sacrifice the pack rat with a 2-cost, because then we could put something there and just not hit the bait bucket, in which case it would just sit there doing nothing. But we can still put the stink bug out. Question is, will he try to pull it this turn? I don't know. Are you pulling this turn or next turn, dude? I basket. You do just have 2 HP, but you still attack this turn, so... Pack rat goes... How am I gonna get rid of you? Hey Reverend, how's it going? I mean, I guess I can't hit it anyway. I should probably just throw a squirrel out there. Let me draw another card anyway. So we at least take less damage. Because he's gonna want to pull it. I think? Maybe not. Do 2 damage. I mean, he's gonna block, so we just win anyway. I don't know why I'm overthinking this. Alright, we lose. We had to stall a bit first round, but honestly, Stinky Squirrel, OP, at least against the Angler, for sure. I mean, that boulder helped a little bit, for sure. Alright, what do you got? Mole Man, Mantis God. Ooh, Trifurcated Strike. The Holy Mantis God, a perfect incarnation of terror. And it's a 1 cost. That seems really good. Child 13, I was told, has hidden abilities. I don't know. Man, I just feel like I can't pass up Mantis God. Child 13 seems like something we should be taking, but we also have a lot of insect cards, which might be useful. I'm gonna go Mantis God. It's cheap. Hits three things. Okay. Sorry, I should have read that, but it's fine. Oh yes, I know. Maybe buy this damn game, made it to the guy, and he pretty much destroyed me. Oh, the Angler? Yeah, the Angler, I beat the Angler first try, but barely. Like, we barely made it through. The Trapper, no, sorry, not the Trapper. The Prospector, the first time I got to him, I died. He was where my first run ended. Which apparently is pretty much expected. And then afterwards, I beat him and the Angler. I got to, after that, beat him first try. Then we ended the run because it was a short stream and I got to do another short stream today. But then I got to the Trapper continuing the run today, and the Trapper kicked the shit out of me because apparently the game was expecting that I was there too early. So I got the thing Shadok was telling me about, which was if you hit a boss too soon, where there's like certain mechanics in the game that probably haven't been unlocked for you yet, because they expect you to die a few times to unlock things, probably. He just summoned 2 rows full of grizzlies with the sprinter ability, so I basically had no chance of winning. I mean, it still let me do round 1 normally, but yeah, as soon as I hit round 2, it was pretty much over. You can technically beat them, but it's really hard. Yeah, like the full grizzly summon thing is technically beatable, I'm sure. But in the state that I was in when round 2 happened, because I also wasn't expecting that to happen, I had no real means of making that work. I just didn't have the cards or the items to make that happen. Okay, the relief of the fresh air quickly gave way to the bone-shaking chill. You guessed the path ahead as the snow increasingly obscured it. You had climbed to the snow line. The thing of it is, too, the first round of the Trapper wasn't so bad. It took a little figuring out, but we still made it. Okay, the cave is good. Getting items would be good. Although I think we would only get... No, we would get 2 items because we did use that boulder. Could get another totem. And empowerment would still also be good. These are all good choices. I kind of want to go here because we get 2... We get a chance at something interesting and 2 items. More cards would also be good. Mantis God is great. Upgrade is... That's true. That's true. I didn't even think of that. Maybe we should actually go here then so we can upgrade him and just hope to get a satchel later. I guess I'm okay with that option. Of course, I don't know if we'll get the option to upgrade him this turn. I don't know if you always get to choose from every card you have. Or not. Let's go with the cheap one. Beehive, more insects. We definitely have like an insect deck going. Also, Fluorine Gas, how's it going? Welcome, by the way. The inviolable beehive, when it is attacked, you will draw a bee. Okay. So if we put this up against something that's that has 1 power, we could draw 2 bees. Pretty good. You? Yeah, I'm pretty good. Busy as always, so it will be a short stream again today for y'all that didn't already hear that, but good. I'm really enjoying this game a lot. I wasn't expecting I would enjoy it as much as I do. Like, I thought I'd like it, but I'm digging the heck out of it. Hang on one second. Alright, sorry about that. I made the mistake of using this on Angler in front of a Kingfisher, so it went right over. Yeah. I gotcha. The stinky squirrels have taken hold. Yeah, like, we have the insect deck kind of going, but, like, right now we owe all of our success to Stinky Squirrel build. It's been, surprisingly strong. Not really that surprising. Stinky is good. Again, it only eliminates 1 power, but so many cards early on are 1 power, so it's quite nice. Alright, we got a health thing instead, so I don't know if we care about getting it on the Mantis God specifically. Warm a creature to enhance its health. But we might want to, just to make it stronger. Making it a 1/3 might not be a bad idea, so I can get more. We do have Kaminsky, we could put it on. He does have revenge damage with the spiny quills, plus he can move. I also like the idea of putting it on a beehive so you can get potentially more bees out of it, but I don't know what bees cost to summon, so maybe that's a later idea. Do you keep the cards you pick from one run to another, or is it a clean deck each time? I guess you keep like story character cards like the Stoat and the Stinkbug and stuff, but it seems like other stuff isn't necessarily kept. I think you might get to keep some cards from time to time, and you always get like a death card, I guess. Speaking of, my death card ain't in here, is it? Did I lose my death card somehow? I don't mean Biggest Deckus, because I know that got replaced because we died again, but we had Bone Waffle, which seems to be gone. Did Kaminsky replace Bone Waffle somehow? I'll put it on Kaminsky, that's fine. We can do that. Health of the Kaminsky has been enhanced by the warmth. I mean, I like that he's a very cheap card to play. Pulled the knife, he withdrew, blah blah blah. Okay. Moving forward. The death cards are present in the game now and can be gotten. They aren't always good. Oh, so you don't just have them in your deck as soon as you make them. They just sort of can be acquired. I see. I didn't realize that. I'm assuming the Raven Egg will turn into a Raven. That makes a lot of sense. Porcupine, we could block with a Squirrel temporarily, but the Stoat would, in theory, not get you before you turn, because you come up, that's your 1 turn. He then hits you on the following turn for 1, and then the next turn you'd go. I think at the end of that you would hatch into a Raven, I think. Start with the Squirrel. I don't know how much damage Ravens do, but I think they're at least a 2. I'm pretty sure they're definitely stronger than Sparrows, so we'll have to put something out. Nothing's hitting right now for now with the squirrel there, so we don't have to put anything out yet. Okay. Take another squirrel, I guess. You got lots of stuff that's you got baby deck, just a bunch of stuff coming in, becoming new things after they mature. If we take another squirrel, we could block the elk fawn for a turn and then summon like the stoat to kill it. But these ravens are going to be an issue. We don't really have much of an engine to get things out here quickly to deal damage. We might be better off summoning the pack rat. We get an item, we kill an egg. We'll take 2 damage, I think, and then this transforms, I hope. I think it's the end, but I'm not 100% sure. I still think I like that better. Just to get rid of one of the ravens before it hatches. Frozen opossum would block and give us an opossum once it's broken down. We can summon the stoat before you change, I think, and get you turned probably, but we'll see. We have to pass for now. I mean, we could put the opossum out, but it's not going to block a flying creature. We could only really use it to block one of these two, and I think I'd rather kill that than worry about it. We could block the porcupine with it, which would be fine, but then eventually the possum would get killed by it, just by the quills. I still think I kind of like that than just taking a bunch of damage. We'll only take 2 this turn. I think we can afford to stall once. It is a 2/3. I knew it was a 2. So it's at the beginning of the turn, not the end. That's good to know. That kind of changes things a bit. I don't even know if we'll survive now. We can still kill you before you become a problem. We would deal 2 damage, which would negate the 2 we'd take from you, but we would die, I think, from this, so we have to put, like, either a squirrel or an opossum thingy there. Let's see. What even is this? A sparrow? The pack rat can hit you when you come in, but he will still get to hit when he does. It's confusing. Alright. Maybe we want the opossum just to block any damage coming in that we can. Squirrel, stoat, kill, deals 2 damage. We go back up 2. We trade from the raven on its turn. We would also take 1 from this, which might still be too much no matter what. So we may have to pull a tooth even. I could put the bullfrog out actually and block this. So I'm going to block it once, but it would be a bigger block. The problem is we can't play both and kill the deer if we do that. Tough call. How much can we potentially block this turn? I think we have... I really wish you could look at this during these phases better so you can determine what you should be drawing, because it's really hard to know. I think we need a squirrel regardless, so let's just take that. So we're on 4. Do you like the card animations? Yeah, they're really good. Particularly the, like, character cards that are animated more. We can. Opossum, one of the, well, not that, because it'll fly over it, but one of these 2. Bullfrog this to block 2 damage, in which case we would just take 1 after we dealt 2. No, we would take 2 because this will move up. But that's still just a trade if we do that. So we would still just be on, well, exactly where we are now. But in order to do that, we'd have to summon the Bullfrog. In which case, I think we're better off blocking the Fawn, as lame as that would be, because it's going to turn into an elk and become harder to deal with afterwards. And by block, I mean with this thing. Might as well take this out regardless. Might as well put the squirrel down. Okay, block with Bullfrog, block with Frozen Opossum. We take 1 damage, we deal 2 damage. Sorry, we deal 2 damage, we take 2 damage, we're put right back where we are, and then following turn, we're kind of maybe just screwed. I don't know that I can get out of this. I mean, we still have our lives, I'm just trying to not lose. Alright, what can we manage? The stove doesn't do enough damage to kill anything. So we're possibly better off just pulling a card from here and hoping to get something that can, maybe we sacrifice the pack rat somehow and get something really good, but I don't think it's gonna get us there no matter what we do. Flying enemy, if we get lucky and get something that's flying, we can still hit him because flying enemies don't block other flying enemies, but this is really our only choice. Because no matter what, we're 1 point away from death, and the Stoat can't do anything. Stinkbug we can play. He does fly. He does reduce by 1. Let me think about this. So we would take 3 damage. I think we might question mark be able to stay in. We can summon the stink bug. We put him in one of these 2 spaces. He flies past these. I'm still pretty sure about that. We'll deal 2 damage, putting us here. Now we would be taking 3 no matter where I put him, which would put us on lethal, but I can pull a tooth to make it so that we'd be back to this position instead. This is getting complicated. Alright, go here. Pull a tooth. Ow. You deal 2 damage to put us there, then we get hit for 3 to get put back to where we were, I think. No, wait, he killed the pack rat. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Okay, we're actually 1 better than I realized. Okay, so if we bring in the Stoat, it won't do anything for us, really. It'll just kind of get killed, I think. He'll get hit for 1. Well, I mean, he'll still be... He would just take the porcupine out, really, and we'd probably be better off just putting a squirrel there to just block him instead. And then just do something with the elk. We have a damage generator, so we can actually get 4 back now. We're not out of this. We found the hidden key that got us there again. Somehow. Because we're only gonna get hit for 1 right now, and then we're gonna do 4, so you know we go back 3 in trade. And the second Raven sucks. Alright, we get the opossum too for free. Okay, now, let's see. We're still gonna do another 4, but then we'll get hit for 4. So it's just gonna trade. So we're maybe not there yet because this other raven complicates things. Okay, we have an elk. We can sacrifice the pack rat to summon the elk. I don't know if that gives you... Hold on. No, it's only items when summoned. It's not like the pack mule was, where you can get cards by sacrificing it or something. Okay, maybe shouldn't have drawn, but I had to hope that we got something cool. So we're just gonna trade this turn. We'll deal 4, then take 4. But then we're screwed territory, I think, because he's gonna hit us, then he'll hit you. And he's gonna hit us. Yeah, we need to do something else. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can at least get a stoat out there to block. Let's just see what happens. If it was 1 less damage, we could actually... Wait, can we still win? Was that enough? Like, little enough? I think we actually can still win. Because we're gonna do... No, you're not flying, so that's not gonna work. Shit. If only he was flying, we could win right now. We're being currently hit for 3, 4, 5, so if we put something here, it would be 4, and we can trade. It can be the stoat, which we block with for 1 turn. He'll hit you once. We still can't really get an elk out there unless we do something weird. Our elk is a little stronger than yours, but not necessarily by enough. But if we block, we're still trading. No, are we? Because we'll take 3, you'll deal 2. I mean, things are still leaned in his direction, so we won't necessarily die this turn or anything, but that's maybe acceptable. We will kill the raven after 2, because you're not going to hit the pack rat. We just need to block the elk. Did I haven't drawn yet. So if we draw a squirrel, sorry, I'm just like making things really complicated. We draw a squirrel, we can summon the stoat just to block if we want. It'll hit the elk again. And then next turn, if we do it again, we can actually kill the elk with ours if we get that far, but I think we do the stoat first just to act as a blocker. Alternatively, we can just block with the squirrel, but I think we should get the stoat out there probably, just to do some damage. He says, yep. Okay, we're even Stevens again. So you block again, we do 2, you die, so we only get hit for 1 this turn. And since we're doing 2, we're actually positive again. So we don't need to do anything special yet. We should probably pick up a card. Well, we have to draw something anyway, but do we want a preemptive squirrel? Probably not. We can draw it next turn. Let's see if we get something else. Beehive could be really good. Okay. We can still get there. Let's put the beehive out there. It summons bees. It doesn't kill you. But then we can put a bee out instead of the elk for a little bit cheaper. Oh, never mind. I thought we had 1 turn left to go. That's what I mean. You should be able to just see the fucking scales at all times. I don't like that when you're in the draw phase, you just can't look at it, because I'm always like, thinking that I'm one off than I actually am. This is the trappers thing. We could get pelts, or wait, was that something different? I fucking forget already. We can go to the cave again. The mushroom was interesting because that was the experiment. We could give him our 2 pack rats to experiment. Maybe it makes the pack rat better, or he just takes them. I'm gonna go this way just because I really want to see what happens. Plus we get another cave opportunity. Once we get to the end of this map, assuming that I do, I don't know, I guess that'll be the boss fight, but possibly before then, we'll see. I am gonna have to end very soon. Oof, that's a rough one. 6 health, 5 bones, 4 damage. I have a lot of cheap cards. I don't really see any of these being easy. I'm going for 4 damage, I think. Trial of power begin. 1, 3, 4. Okay, we made it. Just made it. You have passed. Okay. So that, yeah, here's what it was, Shadok. You get a new card, but your card has a bonus sigil applied to it. So it's like a card that already got a sacrifice. That's what it was. I did like the skink a fair bit. This one is, if you sacrifice it, it's extra blood. I don't know if I care about that. I don't really want to sacrifice a skink that badly. How does that work? Has anyone tried this and can tell me? I've never considered sacrificing a fledgling card on an already non-fledgling card. Yeah, how does it level up still? Like, does it actually become something more powerful? Or does that just not do anything? Like, I'm not expecting it to necessarily show up with like an Elder Elk card or something, but does it just get stronger or some shit? Does anybody happen to know that one? Because I don't really want it if that doesn't actually do anything. Like, I would rather have the wolf cub, but the thing about it is that the wolf cub, I'm guessing, might lose this as soon as it transforms. I don't know if it stays or not. But we like wolves. I mean, if I could just take this just to see what happens. It's just harder to play. It just gets 1 stronger in health and power. That's not so great. I'm taking the wolf cub. Alright, let's go to mushroom, the mycologists. See a squinted figure through a thick cloud of spores. Sorry, I kinda skipped over the first one. I just wanted to see if I could make the mushrooms wiggle again. Did you bring us 2 of the same? We would like to experiment. Yes, I do have 2 pack rats. I'm a little concerned about what's going to happen here because they're good cards, but I want to see what happens nevertheless. I think this could get messy. Wait, doesn't he like stitch them together? Like he saws one in half and puts it on the other? Look away. Yep. Pack rat. The pack rat, it is now 1. It's a 4/4, so they just get added together basically. That's kind of cool. It doesn't become more expensive, so we like that. Alright, I'm cool with that. Alright, what do you have this time? We like our free stinky squirrel. More ravens? Man, fuck you. You and your stupid ravens. Alright, if we play a stoat, we need something that hits like immediately for like 2, because if, you know, whatever you play first, it doesn't, I mean, it'll hit him, but it won't hit their cards, which is what I'm more concerned about. Bullfrog can eventually block the ravens, which might be the better thing to put down if we're going to put something down, which I think is what we should do. Start getting some bones out there. We can put Kaminsky out immediately because of that, and he can block for a turn or two, and he will deal damage back to the Raven. The Raven is only a... well, it's a 2-3, I think, not a 3-2. Maybe, wait. It's one or the other. Point is, it'll take some damage in the process, just not necessarily the way we want it to work, but I could still put Kaminsky out there. Just build up a little bit. Let's just do it. Mantis God would have been real nice a second ago. If we put you out, I think you still take quills even though you're not. Does it say opposite? This is the striker, so it would still hit the Mantis God, which would kill it. So we don't really especially want that to happen. We prefer to kill you with something else and then maybe put the Mantis God in to replace. Oh, the damage does carry over. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it just stays. Yeah, so you'll end up taking... no, you won't take any damage because you're flying. I always forget. Why I always gotta forget stuff. Alright, if we put the Stoat out, we can start working you down, but we'll still take 4 damage this turn. It's already not looking great. I don't even think I can do anything. If we put this out here, we can take 3 damage and like survive for a turn, but that doesn't really help us much. But if I put the Stoat out now, he'll only hit it for 1, and then we still die because we'll immediately take 4 damage and I have nothing else that can prevent it. Just putting the squirrel out there lets us live for a turn and we can maybe do something else. Like we just draw a different card, but I still think that that's not going to work. But I mean, like, what are our choices? If we put the Mantis God here, it just hits the Raven and the Boulder, so it doesn't get killed, but it would still have to do that for 3 turns, which we aren't going to survive at all, so... man, that's rough. I think we start by just putting the squirrel down and then think about it for a second. We live for a turn if we just leave it like this, but... I mean, it's not doing us much. I don't suppose you can sacrifice Kaminsky? Okay. I didn't think that worked that way if it didn't have a blood cost. If that's the case, then we can do that and hit you, but I don't know that that does anything for us really, because we're working you down a little bit, but I mean, Kaminsky's not doing anything for us right now. I mean, the advantage of leaving Kaminsky in would just be that we get to move over here to block the porcupine, but once it destroys that, I guess maybe we just pass the turn and then see what happens. But what would our next turn even look like? We could get a squirrel. And then probably immediately die. Or we can draw from here and then probably immediately die. Unless we get like a 2-cost thing that I can summon from these from, and that it happens to be flying and I can hit for something, but it's not going to be enough. I think we're screwed no matter what. We got pretty wrecked here. Again, sometimes this game seems a little bit RNG heavy. I mean, yeah, it's also going to be about like how you strategize as far as like what items you use and stuff if you're not good about saving them. We could get lucky, but I'm just trying to think if there's any avenue. Otherwise, like if we do something now, like getting rid of one of these, like sure, Kaminsky's not really doing anything for us right now, but we might want to wait on the Porcupine. That is still 2 turns away though. But even so, putting the Stoat out now doesn't really do anything for us. It just starts hitting the Raven, which eventually is just going to get replaced by a Sparrow. And I still kind of like that better, just because we're probably not going to survive 2 turns anyway. But then again, I think we're better just passing to see what we get next turn. See if we get like some 2-cost thing that's somehow amazing. We got a Wolf Cub, which does not really get us there, unfortunately. Man, if only one of you could do just 2 damage somehow. It wouldn't matter, we'd still be dead. We needed like something that could fly. But yeah, we lost this one for sure. At least I didn't waste any items on it, I guess. It's just that, you know, we had no chance of winning this from draw, basically, because, I mean, what could I possibly have done with the cards that we got? We had nothing strong enough to take these things on. So RNG, it's still a card game. RNG gonna fuck you from time to time, that's just how it is. We aren't lost in the water, we lose a life, that's fine. I just wanted to see if there was any other way that we could somehow get through this, but with the fact that that boulder's there, there's really not much we can do. Now the Mantis, like if we summon the Mantis, we still have to get rid of something, first of all, but so I'd have to like kill Kaminsky or the squirrel for it. Preferably Kaminsky, since it's not really doing anything. And then if I put it here, it can hit the Raven, but it's still only going to be hitting it for 1 damage. It'll also hit the boulder, but also only for 1 damage. So, and then for the 1 turn that does anything, we'll still die immediately right after. So no matter what I do, we are sunk. So I might as well just move on. And say... Here, I can even just show you how that's gonna work. I mean, if we put it here, it just hits all 3 of these, but it also dies in the process because it gets killed by the quills. But yeah, it really doesn't matter where I put it. When will a worthy challenger appear? I mean, you know, you can shit talk all you want, but again, if we're being fair, like, you only won because I got shitty cards and you got way too many. But, you know, that's just how it goes. I mean, maybe there's something I could have done there, but I genuinely couldn't think of anything. Not just at the end, but like throughout that whole fight. I don't think we had a means of winning. Alright, it's already after 3. Let me go for like a couple more tokens or whatever, and then we'll have to call it. The elusive otter, it submerges itself during my turn. Another elk. I still don't know if the mushroom means anything. Like, hey, you should get one of these. We already have an elk. I think we have... Do we have 2 elk? No, we just have the 1, I think. Flying creature could do some work, maybe. I don't really care for the waterborne ones, to be honest. Give me a sparrow. We don't have that many flyers. Alright. Empower something. Health or damage? Health again. I would love to get some more damage. Yeah, creature around the fire, blah blah blah. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Better health on Kaminsky could be good. Beehive again. I like making the Mantis God better, just so that you know, when we run up against something like quills, it doesn't just die. I think I'm gonna go that route. I really would love it if this had more damage instead, but I want to make this stronger in both ways. Mushroom means you have a copy already? Oh, okay, that makes sense, because of how the Mushroom Man said stuff. Alright, the mycologists. Speaking of, we might visit them again, but I don't think I have any duplicates, so I don't know if we will. We might want to just go this way, but we'd have to sacrifice something if we did. Man, you getting free turkey vultures just makes me a little salty. They cost me 8 bones, sir. Alright, you're not doing anything with 0, you're just a blocker, but you will move around, so we have to contend with that. I want to get this fucking caged wolf out here. Maybe well, I don't want to take 3 damage. If we throw a squirrel out, we block for a turn. We could block with the ringworm even, but I don't think that really does anything. Or it doesn't seem to anyway. Supposedly this thing has some hidden qualities, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. It's just something that was said in the game when I was looking at it. If we throw a squirrel out, we block this turn, but then we're in the same position next turn. If we wait and take 3 damage, we can put the caged wolf out, but he's, I'm sure, going to put more cards out. I guess we just take the damage? I don't fucking know what to do, man. Because if I put the squirrel or the ringworm out, it's gonna kill it no matter what, and then we just still only have 1, so we're in the same position anyway, in which case we just take the damage. I think we're better off just taking the damage. Preemptively just put a squirrel down, I guess. Like, what exactly do you want me to do on some of these, man? If you keep giving me the worst fucking card draw where like nothing I have even really does anything, how do you expect me to win anything? Like, I understand I'm the one choosing some of the cards from my deck, but like they keep giving me the worst parts of my deck. I don't even know that we're gonna make it past this. We can make it so that we only take 1 damage by putting the caged wolf in, but that's really like our only option. Or the ringworm, but again, same situation. We only block for 1 turn, and then we're just in the same boat, so I'd rather just buy a couple of turns, I guess. I don't fucking know. Doesn't really make sense. Hopefully this becomes a regular wolf, but well, I mean, we'll die in a couple turns anyway. So, you know, that's all I'm saying, man. I feel a little bit gypped because we're really not able to do anything. Oh, we're just dead already? Right, I guess I thought that he was back 1 when he wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, really nothing I could have done there, though. Not that I can think of. I mean, we'd have to summon a squirrel, or put a squirrel out just to put out a 3rd card anyway, which would sacrifice said squirrel. So yeah, we were taking that damage regardless. Yeah, we were boned. There was nothing I could have done there. I'd like a memento. Let's make a new death card. Let us begin. I mean, it's fine because we don't need to end anyway. Choose a cost from. Let's go with a 1 blood. It doesn't matter really what we do here. I'd love to be able to copy that, but they're probably not going to give it to me. 1 blood from the sparrow. This time I will use its power and health. Ooh, that's like super crazy good. How do we get lucky with that? Okay. We get a 3/7 that costs 1. I mean, it's only 1 of them, but still. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. Okay, check this out. So what if we put this Baller 3/7 on this, I mean, it'll just get stronger after one turn, but then it'll become a 4/8. And if it dies, it gives us a bunch of bones, possibly. I don't know if both of those copy over. We could do this, we get a free item when it's drawn, or we do this, in which case it blocks flyers. I don't know, the blocking flyers thing is good and all, but we can get other cards that do that. It sucks that we never got to really use our pack rat. I want to see what happens when we do this. I also want to know if these both it does. So any and all sigils that are on it get transferred, not just the ones that are the main sigils. Although maybe there's a limit because it did put them both down here. Alright, what's the new card's name, chat? Do we go with Bone Waffle again because Bone Waffle never got a chance? Or will we still see Bone Waffle because it's been created and we can still get it? Do death cards get overwritten entirely after we die, or do they all stay in the game as something that can show up? I don't know, we should probably do a new name just in case. So what name are we going with here? It's a pretty strong boy. Almighty? I mean, he's pretty tough, but Almighty what? It's gotta be Almighty something. We don't have a ton of characters, but let's see. Space. We have 7 more characters. Well, 8 including the space. Hey Thor, how's it going? Any ideas, y'all? Almighty something? What am I doing after this anyway? We're definitely gonna play more of this. I'm gonna end like real soon, but I'm really enjoying this game. I think that when I stream next, I'll probably play this again. Maybe do some Darkest Dungeon 2 again soon. I have to confess, I played a bunch of Darkest Dungeon 2 off stream. I really wanted to wait, but I knew that I wasn't gonna get a chance to stream a lot, so... And it's also a game that's really easy to just kind of pick up and put down because you can stop a run at any time. Except mid-combat, of course. Almighty thick deck. We don't have that many spaces. We only have 8 left, but we could do like Almighty thick deck. Like that. With just a K. Almighty thick deck. Prepare yourself. Death awaits. And are you ready? Click. So bright. I had such high hopes for that last one. Why do I bother trying to teach you? You will learn as we go, or you will die. Listen, man, I've learned plenty of stuff. The fucking stoat looks so... He just gets like more angry as we go. His face is turning into like a fucking soap dish. You want that caged wolf in your deck? I mean, probably, but... we could just back away from this. Can someone tell me really quick, is he asking me to get rid of a card? I know we got to keep these ones anyway, but like, is he asking me if I want to remove cards? Or are these just what we got to keep? Yeah, no, I know you kill the caged wolf in combat. I just haven't gotten it to work yet. I gathered, because Stinkbug talked about it, Stoat talked about it. I was like, I understood early on that I was supposed to get it killed. I just couldn't make it happen. I guess we don't. It's just telling us what cards we get to start with. Something like that. Just what you get for your starter deck. Okay, thank you for confirming. Do we still have our totem? I don't think we do. We should visit Totem Lady and see if we can get the stinky squirrels again. Or something. I really want you to tell me what you mean, but I don't think you're gonna. Also, I'd love to learn what we can do with that thing. I don't think I've seen anything regarding time yet, or a specific time. We still have the squirrel head. Wait a minute, I didn't know these were here. Did they just give me some extra cash? I don't even understand exactly what to do with teeth. Or like the extra weights that you get from overkill, because I haven't really been able to do anything with them. I'm just talking out loud, by the way. I'm not necessarily asking for an answer to that. Okay. Let's go to the totem, I guess. And before we fight the mini boss, I think we'll call it there. Insects have been decent, but they also haven't been that great. But getting the mantis god again could be real cool. Okay, I'm okay with corpse maggots. The inevitable maggot, they will lurch forth from your hand when your creatures are killed. Came upon the old woodcarver who fixed her intense gaze upon you. After an overlong moment of silence, she moved to offer her carvings. Stinky? Nah, we didn't get any stinky, but... Ooh. Could we get an item every time we play a squirrel? Because that would be pretty fucking dope. Gray-haired woman silently collected her carvings and left. It's not as good as Stinky Squirrel, but... or not necessarily. Alright. I don't like that we're fighting a mini-boss already, but we'll give it a try. I don't really have a lot, but... Something about that caged wolf. Yeah, I know. We already talked about this. Okay, so we don't need to worry about playing the corpse maggot as long as something will die. Man, he's slowly turning into fucking Rambo or something. I think he's also just losing all of his fur. Poor guy. He's getting so angry. What happens? Okay, I just gotta test this. Give me this. Play you here. Okay, it did give me an item. Okay, that could be really strong. Pack squirrels seem very strong. Alright, we need to start here. It's not really gonna block, but we can do something with you at least. You can also play 2 squirrels to block, but we kind of want to keep them doing shit, really. Of course, if we throw a squirrel out there, we could immediately maybe get the corpse maggots. I don't know if it has to be a regular creature, but I'm experimenting because we're gonna stop here after this battle anyway. The bottle squirrel can pay for itself. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so that does work even off of a squirrel. Corpses are in no short supply. We got our 2 bones. We can throw a stink bug out already. Alright, I gotta draw something first. Honestly, maybe draw me a squirrel right now. Bud. We can't play it yet, but that's okay. I mean, you're already honest here. Nice. Well, that went really well. Pack Squirrel seems really fucking good. I tell you what, let's go up to the fire. It's so hard to just stop playing. Let's go up to the fire. This is so hard to choose. I can stop whenever, so it's nice, but I'm not going to. To be fair, I was talking about Darkest Dungeon just then, but true though, because you can actually stop this game whenever you're not, or whenever you're on the map screen. Bee Squirrel and Ant Squirrel are my favorites. I haven't run into those yet, but I'm sure I will. We took Insect last time, let's do it again. Okay, Cockroach is fine. We like synergies, maybe. Okay. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight. 10 hungry eyes around it dampen the greeting. A warm creature by the fire enhances its power. Man, making the Corpse Eater stronger could be useful. Honestly, I feel kind of like making the Stoat better. Really, these two. The fucking Stink Bug is honestly like a straight up MVP, like no joke. But last time I only made him stronger, and then we never ran across another power-up one, and the Stoat just kept getting drawn and just being really weak the whole time. I feel kind of like going for you this time. Power of the Stoat was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Okay. The Stout is not doing well. Alright, I want to keep going, but I need to stop. Retreat. Tactical retreat. Run out the door. Can't. It's locked. Alright. Anywho. Yeah. That's gonna be it for the day, I think. Because it is, about 3:30. So I need to, peace out. But yeah, guys, this was a lot of fun still. I'm really digging the heck out of this game. I will probably play it some more next stream, whenever